of Vibe coding an app until I make $1 million. Today, we've got an interesting issue. I'm a little bit late to the stream because I've been working on the issue this morning as well as doing a couple other things. And we've got an interesting issue today. As you see here, I have written up on the board work Saturdays, and there's an important thing behind that, which is, hey, as we were talking about yesterday, it's important that you do not lose your momentum. And we do not want to lose the momentum we have. We have tremendous amounts of momentum, and in order to not lose this momentum, we have to work on the weekends and we have to work on Saturdays. So I just wrote that up there because I think it's important. Like what we were talking about yesterday with momentum, it's incredibly important that we don't take any days off. And something that I've been working on today, as you guys know, yesterday, we were working on getting our AI clipping agent up into production, into AWS, and actually getting it running and connected to our API. And we have done that successfully. We're at the point now where this has been done successfully, but we now have another interesting issue at hand. And the issue that we're now having, you can check the description down below to understand it a little bit better. But what's going on is we now have YTDLP blocking our request in production. And I want to show you guys what this looks like. So if I pull up ViewCreator, we now have, we did succeed with our goal yesterday of, hey, we got this working to the point where, hey, we're in production here and I can go to AI clipping agent. But the problem that we're having now is that, do you guys see how it's saying failed to get video info? So the reason that this is happening, there's a couple different errors actually. And I was working on this last night and trying to solve it, but I kept running into issues. So I've been on with Perplexity because we need to solve this bug. What's happening, and I'll raise the desk up to kind of talk about it a little bit to show you guys what is going on here. Also, let me pull up the chat and send everything in the Discord. Here we go. But yeah, welcome back to the stream, everyone. Let me get this situated here. Let's go. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna pull up the chat. Okay. All right, there we go. Just pulled up the chat. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. All right, The Awakened was first. What's up, The Awakened? Silent Spectre, what's going on? J35, what's up? World 1307, what's up? J35, thanks for dropping in the Discord. Appreciate it. VFR Kenny, what's up? Droid Tech, what's up? TikTok is not approved yet. We're still waiting on it. Aperium, what's up? How's it going? Hope you're doing good, okay? Do I deploy to prod daily? It just depends. Like, we didn't deploy to production for the last week until last night. Pernay, what's up? How's it going? Blocker said that WebDev Cody mentioned me in his latest video. That's cool. MC Naveen said you need Proxy plus YTDLP. Yeah, so actually, I think this is going to be a big video because, guys, we're going to need everybody that we can get on this today. King Agario, what's up? Aperium said pot should be implemented in server. I also face same issues in downloading videos. It was failing or 303 forbidden. Yeah, same issue. Yeah, so I definitely need your guys' help today because, also J35, thank you. All right, let's get it. All right, so, we're going to be taking a look at this, and I do need your guys' help. Jesse, how's it going? Pause at you, what's up? So, we have this issue. We're going to take a look at it, but I did do a couple things that kind of messed up the configuration, so I did have to roll things back, and it was a little bit frustrating. So, we did accomplish yesterday's goal. I actually still have day 87's goals up here. So let's actually erase these and talk about, hey, what do we need to get accomplished today? What we need to do is we need to make it so that we solve this bug. So day 88, so solve YTDLP blocking issue. So really what's happening is, we have this fully working and it works really, really well locally on my computer. So on my machine, it works really well. But the thing about my machine is it's using a residential IP address. And when you push this up into AWS, AWS is using a data center IP so it's a data center IP, and believe it or not, you know, when you're connecting to YouTube, in our case, we'll just do YTDLP or using YTDLP. Hey, what happens is this is now getting blocked. This is getting blocked because it's a data center IP. So that's what we're dealing with, and I was trying to solve it. I'm sure that somebody in the chat, I think that Imperium just mentioned that he may know how to solve that. But that's what we're dealing with on this stream, because we really want to get this working in production. So yesterday, we got everything built, right? Everything works, everything's up in production. But now the issue that we're having is, hey, we need to take a look at how to figure out how to get around this. So with that being said, I'm gonna lower the desk down, and we're gonna kind of lock in for a bit because yeah, I mean, we gotta make progress. We want this working today. And also, guys, I wanna bring up something that I actually have not shared, but I actually just want to get chat's opinion on it because I'm not sure. ShreeX, what's up? You can use this proxy. I use the same and quite cheap. Okay. Unable to join the Discord? You said that he's unable to join the Discord. Maybe we could have a mod look at that, or somebody else could try. So, you know, I don't know. We're going to study this real quick. Chrome extension or proxy. Yeah, also, guys, we just hit a milestone. I've had a really busy morning. I'm a little bit late to the stream. My apologies. You know, I try and be as on time as I can. But yeah, so check this out, though. We did hit 9,000 subscribers. So we're now at 9,008 subscribers, which is pretty cool. If we go to the analytics here, 9,009, it already went up one. So that's crazy. I really appreciate all the support, guys. I think we're going to be able to hit 10,000 next week. But yeah, so guys, what I need your guys' opinions on is I've been considering potentially going down to Florida. If you guys are familiar with the United States, Florida, I was actually considering going to Florida tomorrow, and I can get an Airbnb and I can actually drive down to Florida, and in one day I can get down to Florida. And I was considering maybe going down to Florida and staying there for like 2 weeks because the winters where I live are really unpleasant, and you know, it's like I don't get to see the sun, all these other things. But I actually wanted chat's opinion. Like, what do you guys think about me basically just taking my whole setup here, taking all this? I mean, I can just throw it all in my car and driving down to Florida tomorrow. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? I wanted to get the chat's opinion on it because I'm unsure, but I just wanted to see what you guys would think of me potentially going to Florida for 2 weeks. We'd basically be on the road tomorrow. We could get there in one day, and then we would basically just have the stream like normal from Florida, from a Florida Airbnb. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion on that. What do you guys think? Astral says yes. Wafif, what's up? How's it going? Welcome. Momo said that he will give me an update about the fix. Yeah, do you, here, hold on. King of Agario, make sure, yeah, I have Discord open, so you can send me something about that. Go to Miami beach streams. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? I just wanted everybody's opinion, because that is an option. I was considering going to potentially tomorrow, so let me know, guys. Okay, so let's kind of break down, hey, what are we seeing? So I do need to test this in its current state. One issue that I did have is that I did fix a bunch of bugs, but then I had to roll my commit back because it actually broke some functionality, which is what you can do sometimes with AI. So, you know, I got some things working, but in the process, I unfortunately broke some other things. Yeah, VFR Kenny. Yeah, it's too far though. I need more content for marketing from Florida. What do you mean, Johnny? All right, so for some reason there's 2 workflow runs. Let's solve this. All right, let's try to just get started, get flowing here. Review this in depth. Why are there 2 workflow runs? There should only be 1. All right, so we got to fix this bug. Let's go to production and let's actually test, hey, what is going on? So let's go to production here and just do a quick test to see, hey, what's the current status of things? All right, thank you. Imperium said that he shared 2 articles in the Discord, so we're going to take a look at them. All right. Did you know that they recently had an update though? Thank you, Imperium. So Imperium just shared these. So scaling YouTube video scraping for AI with YTDLP and proxies. So he shared this. It's a Medium article. Thank you. Shout out to Imperium. W in the chat for Imperium. I've been working on ViewCreator a little bit, but not much. It's not the main goal right now. The main goal is ViewCreator. So, okay. So effectively building and scaling video datasets is crucial. Or let me zoom this in. Crucial for AI model training and development. This practical guide explores how to leverage YTDLP for large-scale YouTube video scraping with a focus on proxy strategies, rate limiting, avoidance, stability challenges. When was this made? July 22nd. So this is actually outdated. This is outdated. There was a recent update which did hurt this. When scraping YouTube with YTDLP or any automated tool, you will quickly encounter rate-limiting blockages in IP bands if you attempt high frequency or current downloads. Addressing rate limits and IP management should be your top priority before scaling your operations. So common symptoms, yes. So best practices, use rotating proxy endpoints, implement retries and exponential backoff in your orchestration scripts, spread requests over time with sleep intervals, simulate humans for comment heavy or metadata tasks, adjust extractor arguments for volume control. Yeah, so this is what's going on right now. So why data center proxies won't work. YouTube is highly effective at blocking data center proxies. They will almost never work for video access or scale scraping. So this is something that I did not know until yesterday. So, you know, we did push this up into production. We got it working in AWS, but the problem is that, hey, YouTube is going to block traffic from a data center. So if I'm running, you know, my AI clipping worker locally, it's using a residential IP address. But if I'm running it up in an ECS container, then it's actually going to get blocked. So you must use residential ISP or mobile proxies or a high-quality proxy unlocker, such as Bright Data's Web Unlocker, which masks requests at scale and automates IP rotation behind the scenes. Yeah. So this is an interesting problem. But guys, I need chat to let me know. Hold on. I'm gonna start a poll. If you guys haven't already liked the stream, make sure you do so. But you know, something that is very, very interesting that I would like to get your guys' perspective on is when considering whether or not I should go to Florida tomorrow, just to get out of Indiana for a bit. We could do the stream from Florida like normal. What do you guys think about that? Because I would basically take tomorrow off from streaming, but then I'll be back on Monday in Florida. Interested in your guys' opinions on that. Why not extension? A good proxy that Google, the master at blocking bots, can't spot is really expensive. And S says I should do a vlog of going to Florida. It will be awesome. So does anybody know how to do this correctly? Because we have our AI clipping agent working. It's just that we got to now figure out, hey, how do we get around this, right? I'm considering it, Droid Tech. I'm considering on getting out of Indiana for a bit. All right. It will fix it? Well, I was working on this for a while last night, I will say. I was working on this, so I just want to test. Let's see what error kicks up now, just to see what this commit was kicking. Because watch, this will fail immediately. So yeah, no support of JavaScript runtime could be found. So I think we're gonna want to use Perplexity. All right, let's go here. Let's start a fresh chat. I am using YTDLP, and after in production, I am getting this error. What is causing this? Do extensive research to identify the sole root cause of this and what the best practice is for solving the issue. No, the beach is in Florida. TreeX, I actually thought about that, but that's not worth it because think about this, like the way that we have it set up, if you were watching the stream yesterday, is we set it up in AWS Cloud Map. So the traffic from ViewCreator API and ViewCreator Genesis, which is the code name for the AI clipping agent, it's in the same VPC, right? So it makes it very simple to connect those two when they're in the same VPC. And I just like having everything under the AWS roof. Sourcelet is going pretty good. Yeah, VFR Kenny says a change of scenery would be beneficial. Just mentally, yeah, potentially. J35 said just give both those articles to Cursor and make a plan. Yeah, I think we got to be a little bit more careful. This is a complex error because we do have to set up some type of like proxy system. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to. I mean, obviously we're gonna get it solved, but yeah, it's a weird one. This is a weird one. All right. Also, did somebody said that WebDev Cody mentioned me in his most recent video? Oh shoot! Look at this, guys. Do you see this? What the heck? This guy codes with 24 Claude Code instances. Am I mentioned in this video? Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on. We gotta react to this. Hold on. We gotta do a reaction real quick. This is actually cool. All right, so this is WebDev Cody. He's got 262,000 subscribers. I just want to see what did he say about BridgeMind. Let's see. Do you guys want to see me react to this? W's in the chat if you guys want to see me react to WebDev Cody reacting to BridgeMind. Hold up. W's in the chat.
To one of these LLM models, and you should be using them and really trying to understand how to utilize them in your day-to-day work or your side project to see how fast you can actually start shipping code. I've been watching another YouTuber. Go check him out, BridgeMind. He's basically been streaming every day, vibe coding on a project. He's on day like 85 right now.
Hey.
And he also does something similar. Like I've seen him basically have, like, I don't know about 24 terminals, but he's had like 8 or 9 terminals opened up. I'm sure I could find it in one of his streams. Yeah, so I mean, this stream alone, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different terminals and his cursor open. And so I'm trying to let you guys know that like this is not a joke. This is legit how people are coding, and he's a vibe coder, so he's not really reviewing the code either. And he's able to ship a bunch of features. I've been kind of watching his journey along the way, and he's able to create quite a lot for someone who's not even like reviewing the code mainly. And this guy's also one of the reasons why I went back and subscribed to Claude Code, because I basically watched him in a live stream, one prompt a solution to add auto captions to a video, which if you guys remember, I was working on the video crafter a while back. Let me see if I can find that. The video.
That's pretty cool.
Crafter.
Shout out to WebDev Cody. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So if you guys remember, I was working on this side project where basically you can create AI videos and you can generate different images for every segment of the video, and you can create the prompting, and you can pass that to 11 Labs to create the text, the voice. And then I have a process that basically strings it all together into a video and adds auto captions. Now, the auto captioning part took me quite a while. This is back like in September of last year, so the models were not as powerful as they are right now. And it took me like multiple days just to build out an auto captioning system with FFmpeg. So like here's an example of what my SaaS product basically built out.
We had explored caves.
So it basically creates a video of it scaling in the images and then adding
remember the other day we literally
like
basically one-shotted
that. But the point is that the auto captioning thing took a decent amount of time to build out. And now me watching Bridgemine, a vibe coder, who basically one prompted the same thing I had to spend multiple days working on using Opus 4.5. Like, people watch my content and they're like disappointed I'm doing AI stuff, but I feel like people are just a little dense that they're not seeing how powerful this stuff is. Yeah. And I need you guys to wake up.
Wow.
That's all I'm trying to say. The people who have tried this stuff, they're blown away. The people who are kind of resistant to it,
Cody's pretty
I don't know why you guys are so resistant to it, because this is crazy stuff. Anyway, I just want to make a quick video to kind of discuss this.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to subscribe to WebDev Cody. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. So I appreciate WebDev Cody for kind of just including in the video. That's pretty cool. Sad just said he came from WebDev Cody literally now. That's cool. Yeah, welcome anybody that came from that. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, it looks like the Bridgemine community, the mission is being heard. And hey, that's somebody that I think WebDev Cody is like, I've had just conversations with him in chat, and I think that he is like a senior developer. So seems to me like we're getting the respect that we're getting the credit and respect that I think that is well deserved. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, J35 said those words coming from a professional web dev. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So shout out to WebDev Cody. That's cool. Yeah, thanks, Jesse. But yeah, that's pretty cool. W's in the chat for WebDev Cody. That's cool. So yes, we've got these issues here. So there's two issues in just a few short sentences. Explain what the issue is. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so your YTDLP installation is missing a JavaScript runtime, which became... Okay, so did you guys... I don't know if Imperium's watching. So there was a mandatory... So missing... You have to include a JavaScript runtime like Dino or I don't even know what that is. Dano, or Node.js, which became mandatory as of 25/11/12 for YouTube downloads. YouTube now sends JavaScript challenges that YTDLP must execute to access video data, and without a JavaScript runtime, it cannot solve these challenges, resulting in missing formats, metadata errors, and failed downloads. So this is new as of about 2 weeks ago. So very interesting. So install Dino and the YTDLP EJS package, pip install this, then ensure it's in your path. Okay. I'm gonna say write a handoff prompt to the AI working in my code base with the instructions of what the error actually is and the fix that is required to get around it. So we have a couple different issues, and I don't know, like if you guys are following along, it's like, hey, with this this YTDLP, it just operates a little bit differently because we have a data center IP, right? It's not a residential, it's data center. So we're gonna have to fix this. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna just do Markdown, and then I'm actually gonna use Gemini 3 Pro for this. And then I'm just gonna drop in, so it's a handoff prompt. And then let's make sure that we have, max mode turned on. Okay, cool. But yeah, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We just passed 9,000 subscribers. But today we've just got an interesting bug. You know, it is frustrating because, hey, you know, we have everything deployed now in AWS, and we just have to make it so that it's actually going to be running in AWS now that we have, you know, a data center IP address. So here's the requirements.txt. Unzip. BFR, what's up? Yeah, we're paying for cursor usage right now, so we are running up to decently expensive, but all right. All right, so let's see this back. So did you see that, how it said that we had 2 issues? So the secondary issue, bot detection, sign in to confirm you're not a bot. So the truncated portion of your error indicates you're also hitting YouTube's bot detection. This commonly occurs when running YTDLP on data center cloud server IPs such as AWS. YouTube actively blocks IP ranges associated with known hosting providers to prevent automated scraping. So that's the issue that we're running into, which is why, hey, this clipping agent works great locally, but when we're actually in AWS, it's not going to work. So we're going to have to solve this today. So honestly, it looks like this is finished. Let's now deploy this. We're going to deploy this. Yeah, so we're going to deploy this, and that's going to build it and push it all the way up. So if you guys were watching yesterday, also let's move the desk up a little bit. Let's move the desk up. And if you guys missed the start of the stream, yesterday what we were doing is we were able to actually get our AI clipping agent up into production, but now we have this new issue because it's not working in production, which is okay. It's kind of to be expected. You know, it's very rare that you launch things and everything goes as expected. You know, that's what a developer means, what a vibe coder means. You're a problem solver, right? So, you know, what we now need to do is we now need to just troubleshoot this and figure out how, hey, how can we get around this bot detection issue? Droid Tech said this is going to be a challenge, but check for app-specific API instead of web scraping. There should be a workaround for this. There should be a workaround. Sourcelet said, I just got Claude Code Max subscription again. Apparently I had to manually add the Opus 4.5 model. It showed Opus 4.5 in the model command. Do you have the same issue? I just had to update my Claude Code and then it automatically. If you look up like the command to actually update Claude Code to the latest, I would recommend doing that. Oh, also, guys, one thing that I was doing, if you guys were watching the vibe coding no talking stream yesterday, you know, obviously those streams, I don't talk in them. But I want to show you guys something really cool that I actually did in that stream that you guys may or may not notice, but it's actually a huge improvement. And Opus 4.5 was able to do this. And what I want to show you guys is, for example, like a good page. What's a good page to show this? I feel like it's the playground page. Yeah, playground page is a good example. So if you guys remember, we have what's called like an app shell, right? And what an app shell is let's say that you have, you know, an app, a Next.js app. It's usually smart to have something like an app shell where it's going to be the layout shell for most of your app in your pages, right? So for this, you know, the app shell imports the navigation system. It has all the logic for this responsiveness system. See how when, you know, for example, the app shell has the logic so that when I expand and collapse the sidebar, it's going to adjust that page accordingly. And in our app shell, I don't know if I deployed this to production yet, so maybe I can show you guys what it looks like in production. No, I did deploy it to production. So what we had before, I'll just try to explain it, but it actually was a really big improvement, is we had like some margin and some padding that just made the application feel a little bit like incomplete, like it wasn't taking up the whole page. But now we updated the styling, and it's actually a huge styling improvement. It's unfortunate you guys can't see how it looked like before, but you just see how it's taking up the full page width. I just really like that. It looks good. And I was using the, what's it called? It's the front-end dev plugin. Like, look at this. This is really cool too. Do you guys see this here? This was made, that logic was made using the front-end developer plugin with Opus 4.5, and I actually may make a video out of it, because what I will say is that when you're using Claude Code and you have that plugin enabled, it's actually able to create like really good user interfaces, better than it would without it, right? So Anthony Wong said I used Decodo with residential proxies. Not that cheap, but it depends if you're able to download without using that as part of the bandwidth limit. VFR Kenny said, is there any way you could send the request from the user side instead of the server side? Yes. So, you know, we're gonna have to go through a couple different things. I think we're gonna have to study on this one. This is, you know, we've been running into a lot of problems where it hasn't been necessarily easy problems to solve, right? A lot of the problems that we've been dealing with are pretty complicated problems. Like, this is a complicated one, so we'll figure it out though. I'm confident. So let's go here. So deploy. All right. Yeah, J35, it's pretty good. All right, so once this deploys, then we'll retest it, and we'll just see the logs, and then we'll start to brainstorm like, hey, what is the best practice? Let's go back to the logs here. Thanks for supporting the X, Linux. Appreciate it. Okay, so Imperium, or Akshay, is a really good member of our community. And he sent this, which just had that information about this issue that we're dealing with. And if I go back to this article, you know, hey, this is a common issue. So that makes me feel a little bit better, because like, hey, this is a common issue. Why data center proxies won't work and what will. So YouTube is highly effective at blocking data center proxies. They will almost never work for video access or at-scale scraping. You must use residential IP or mobile proxies. So this is not recommended. So enterprise option, Bright Data Web Unlocker gives you massive scale, built-in rotation, and automated handling of blocks for impossible scraping jobs. Correct command syntax for YTDLP. All YTDLP CLI options use double dash option or single letter short flags. Always double check. YTDLP does not rotate proxies automatically. Using a rotating proxy endpoint, the provider rotates IPs server side. Let's have all right, I want this to finish deploying so we can actually test it. So this is still deploying. Should be done in a minute though. Also, guys, now that we have 83 people watching, I want to do we're gonna do a poll, okay? And we're gonna do a new poll. So make sure that you guys vote in this poll, okay? I'm gonna do a poll. All right. All right, guys, Florida for 2 weeks. So, Florida for 2 weeks. I'm going to stream the whole time I'm there, but I just want to see what you guys' thoughts. Should I go to Florida for 2 weeks to get out of Indiana? Vote in the poll. Or just stay at my crib. All right, this built. So let's now test this. And hopefully we get a different error. All right, so let's toss this in. So it did build and deploy, but also though I need to make sure that that task is now actually spun up, because even though it builds, it's still, that task takes a second to actually spin up. Hey, word he said come to the Dominican Republic. There's an office and room for here for you. Let's go. I'd have to learn Spanish though. Alright, so this is spinning up. I just want to confirm that this is actually built. Alright, yes. I have to wait for the other one. So before we can test, I just need to confirm that this one's actually running. The other one, deep revisions. Anthony Wong just made a good point. Alright. Alright, so this is now running. Okay, so we can test this now. Also, I'm going to tail the logs too. Before I... Alright, we're going to start tailing. Oh. Alright, log groups. Alright, so the application is starting up great. So now let's run this, and this is going to fail because we haven't solved our bot issue yet. But look, it gets blocked pretty much immediately. So yeah, sign in to confirm you're not a bot. You guys see this? So this is a different error. We had to solve the node-related error. So sign in to confirm that you're not a bot. So now that we're dealing with this, you know, let's now paste this in here. Review the error that I'm getting now in complete depth. This comes straight from CloudWatch logs. Don't expose any sensitive information, but review this and identify what the underlying issue is and how we could potentially fix this with best practice approaches. Do deep research before outputting your answer. All right, so sign in to confirm you're not a bot. All right, deep research here. What's up, Esteban? Thanks, Tejas. Tejas, appreciate it. All right, so Dano 2.5.6 is installed and detected correctly. So we now solved that issue, but here, let me zoom in so we can all review this together, because this is a little bit of a complicated error. So YouTube is still blocking the request with sign in to confirm you're not a bot. So there is not a JavaScript runtime issue anymore. You've already solved that. This is now a YouTube bot detection issue specific to data center cloud IPs. So IP fingerprinting. YouTube's anti-bot system uses machine learning models that analyze dozens of behavioral network signals far beyond simple IP blocking. When your request originates from an AWS ECS data center IP, YouTube detects multiple correlated signals that collectively flag it as automated traffic. AWS IP ranges are known. Okay, whatever. So basically they have a bunch of ways that they can pick up on us, okay? So YouTube uses, yes, okay, we get it. So why cookies alone won't work in production. From your logs in the attached file, you can see the error message suggesting use cookies from browser or cookies. However, this approach has 3 critical problems. Problem 1, cookie expiration and account risk. YouTube cookies expire after days or weeks. Passing cookies from a browser account risks YouTube flagging that account is compromised. So for example, I couldn't give them my... Tejas, stop spamming. Oh, oops, sorry. Alright, so use a dedicated throwaway YouTube account for your API, not a personal account. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, residential proxy plus cookies. Use a residential proxy service to route requests through real residential IPs instead of data center IPs. This is industry standard for production YouTube scraping. From a dedicated YouTube account. So you can use Bright Data. $10 to $50 a month depending on usage. If your cloud provider offers receipt through a 64 block YouTube ML, that's sophisticated. YTDLP OAuth 2 plugin with a dedicated YouTube account. Yeah, we're not going to use cookies for sure, Ethereum. Then your config OAuth 2. Does anybody know the issues here? Okay, yeah, J35 and Ethereum, thank you. Alright, J35 dropped the Bright Data, so we may have to use a Bright Data proxy. Oh, jeez. I don't know how I feel about this. This is a complicated one. Ethereum, which one? Yeah, I'm using Claude Code for coding as well as Cursor. Alright guys, I'm going to start a new poll. It looks like you guys do want me to go to Florida. Yeah, Bright Data isn't cheap. Alright, new poll. If you guys haven't already liked the video, make sure you do so. So, why it doesn't work alone? YouTube fingerprints, TLS, surprise, surprise. I mean, I'm not sure which one. No, we're not going to use cookies. No, we're not going to do that. So, the issue at hand for everybody that's joining in, the issue that we're having today is, as you guys know, we have a AI clipping agent that we built for ViewCreator. And the issue at hand is that our traffic for pulling in a YouTube video is not working. You know what I just thought of though? That I don't know why nobody has mentioned this yet, but I just thought of this. Let's try our AI clipping agent without the YTDLP integration. Let's try it with just a local video and see if it works, right? I don't know why I missed out on that, but I just thought of that. So let me pull up, let's see if it actually works. That'll be a good test. Hold on, let me find a random video. Let me find some random one. In this video, I'm going to be talking... All right, perfect. All right, so let's try clipping this video. So upload video, because I can drop in my own videos. So let's do 3 clips. Let's just try this. Request failed? Oh, is that not working? Here, I don't even think that works locally. Let's test. Yeah. All right, hold on. That's another thing though. I just thought of that. I don't know why I just thought of that, but client. All right, so let's drop this to a Claude Code agent here. All right. Review the logic associated with the AI clipping agent and local video uploads where the user is able to upload a video from their computer for clipping. All right, and then I'm going to drop in. I am getting this error when trying to do this. What is causing this? Would you identify the cause of this error and then fix it so that users can do that local upload for clipping? All right. Okay, chat. You should try it, Matthew. What, Yusuf? I went back to the roots today with Claude Flow. By the way, I saw today that according to their NPM site, they have an 84.8% sweep bench. You should try it. Claude Flow, I actually don't even know anything about it. Anthony said Decodo is pretty cheap, but look at what I posted in the Discord, because I think you're only blocked on getting the video URL. The G tag should allow you to still download the video using the server IP. Really? Wait, Anthony Wong just said a really smart comment. So the G tag should allow you to still download the video. Hold on, let's ask Perplexity this. All right, Imperium said look at the Discord. All right, for those of you that are just joining us, we have an interesting bug. Not necessarily even a bug, but we have an interesting obstacle in our way, which is that our AI clipping agent works locally, but the server IPs, we get blocked because with YTDLP, it blocks us from basically scraping and downloading the video. But Anthony Wong just said something interesting. Data center IPs do not work at all for this. They'll make more sense. Yeah. Okay, hold on. All right, I wonder if there's truth to this. I mean, so many people do this, right? Like Opus Clip, they obviously have this. So many people have this. So I'm like, hey, I doubt that, you know, all these websites are like running some complicated thing that I don't understand, right? I mean, yeah, this is running on AWS. Zenzoth, I don't know. We'll see. Imperium said, check out the Discord. All right. So this is what he said. So I have this proxy, and it has proxy list in JSON format. Okay. Your friend's suggestion is partially collect, but there's a critical caveat what the G get URL flag does. All right, it's saying we can't do that. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. The message right above that? What do you mean? I mean, I don't know if I want to use some super complex proxy system. The app is already done. We have over 1,000 users in open beta, and it's making revenue. Okay. Yeah, Anthony said residential IPs to download that would not be profitable, I don't think. Yeah, because think about it, we'd be downloading so many gigabytes of data. That's one caveat that I saw to that. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised here. Yeah. Yep. Anthony's right. Okay. Imperium said without proxy it will not work. I came to know Opus Clip uses proxies. You should ask Perplexity. Valentine said proxies aren't complicated, they're normal protocol. Alright, hold on. Yeah. Okay, think in depth and do deep research. What is the most efficient way for us to do this? Do deep research and identify what we should do so that we can integrate with YTDLP to download this. Such an interesting obstacle. I mean, do we need to potentially change the Google Cloud? I mean, that wouldn't be terrible, but I'm not super familiar with Google Cloud, so it would be different, right? I mean, it would be outside of our VPC. All right, the most efficient, the cleanest. Use Decodo residential proxies for metadata extraction and retrieval only. Jeez. $1 to $4 per gigabyte. Yeah, I made everything with AI. Dang, this sucks. All right, we'll get through it. Also, let's just do a quick test. So for our clipping agent, what we want to test is, hey, can we get this working? Upload failed. All right, hold on here. All right, upload failed. Why? When trying to upload the video, it's saying upload failed. Fix this. Yeah. The upload failed isn't going to be an issue. All right, let's start a new conversation. And I just want to go back to the initial error, right? And just kind of think through, hey, what can we do to fix this? All right, so here. And then maybe we actually use cursor for this. Review the logs that I am getting. Obviously, our traffic is getting blocked because we have a data center IP and YouTube is blocking the traffic because it thinks we're a bot. Search the internet in depth and figure out the best practice solution for a workaround for this. It could potentially be proxies or something of that nature, but what you need to do is really to just identify the most efficient, cost-efficient way for us to properly get around this and fix this issue. All right, Gemini 3 Pro, let's go. G35 said 103 watching currently, all of us. Let's provide him access to our IPs and use with YTDLP and rotate it, yeah. Yeah, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Right now, we're dealing with an issue with YTDLP because, you know, our system works. Lol, this is Cursor, but I also use Claude Code. So, you know, let's see what Gemini 3 Pro can come back with. Somehow you'll need to download the video on your ViewCreator user and then, like, re-upload it with their side to your server to process. Thanks, J35, yeah. I mean, maybe we figure out a way for it to run it on the user's computer, right? I mean, I don't know. All right, it just started coding. It did not confirm or anything. It just said, yeah, let's. Well, just ask what is Cursor. Dang, dude. It's crazy that really is how early we are in this revolution. That some people don't even know what Cursor is. It's an AI coding tool, a vibe coding tool. Okay, I have analyzed the CloudWatch logs and confirmed that YouTube is blocking your requests because they originate from a data center, resulting in this error. This is a common anti-scraping measure. I have implemented a fix to support proxies and create a guide for the most cost-efficient workaround. Added a YTLD proxy environment variable setting. Okay. Okay, so this is the recommended solution. The most robust and cost-efficient solution. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see this. But now I can barely read anything myself. Hold up. Let's expand this. All right. All right, the most robust and cost-efficient solution is to use a residential proxy. Unlike data center IPs, which are easily flagged, residential proxies route your traffic through home internet connections, which YouTube trusts. So you can do webshare.io, extremely cost-effective, starts at $6 per month for basic plans and easy to set up. Slightly more expensive, but higher reliability if WebShare fails. Get a proxy URL from a provider. Aditya, what's up? No, so VFR Kenny, that's the thing, is that it won't get abused because, remember, this is just a worker. This is a worker. So, you know, it's credit guarded, it's auth guarded, and, you know, this is not accessible. This does not have a load balancer on it. The only way that this is accessible is we're actually using AWS Cloud Map. So this is not publicly accessible on the internet. So that's what we're doing for security. Set the environment variable. I create a detailed guide, so why not auth2? Why detailed? Okay, login. It requires an interactive manual login flow, copying a code to a browser, which is very difficult to automate and maintain in a headless background situation like distant. Okay. One thing that I need you to think about, though, is how much will this cost, because users are literally downloading YouTube videos, right? Evaluate the system in depth and estimate how much this will actually cost me. Lovi, you know, vibe coding is an extension of the developer, so, you know, you can implement best practices very easily. And, you know, what's also very nice is that with AI and with vibe coding, you can do like a ton of different vulnerability scans. So very often I'll just tell Claude Code and I'll whip up a couple Claude Code instances and I'll just say, you know, search my API for vulnerabilities, or search my, you know, infrastructure for vulnerabilities, and it will do a pretty good job. So what I found is that it's pretty helpful. Also, right now we're up to 9,034 subscribers. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Kronos, we've already done that. Oh, look, we got Kronos in the chat. Kronos was the one that said we wouldn't be able to do the AI clipping agent, which we did in, what, 3 days? Yeah, 3 days. Clouded Gaming, how's it going? Alright. Yeah, thank you. Max, I don't think that we were at 8.4, but yeah, we are growing very, very fast. Alright, so here's the cost estimation. I mean, it looks like Gemini feels confident that this will work. So buy a pack of 10 IPs. This gives you unlimited downloads for a flat fee. Okay, so it literally says stick to the flat rate static ISP plans to keep your bill at $30 a month. So I mean, we get $30 a month. Create a README with documentation on what updates you made, as well as your recommendations for what potential websites to use, and document everything that you did so that I can input it into Perplexity for Perplexity to do deep research and a review on. Yeah, so I'm going to do deep research here. Yeah, rotating IPs. Yeah, Kiro. Yeah, Kiro's pretty popular. Yeah, Valentine. Yeah, I mean, we need to remember. You know, I appreciate that you guys are all offering your suggestions. Remember, I think that we just need to operate like, hey, we're gonna figure this out. We need to do a little bit of deep research here, but it looks like this is gonna work. So let's drop this back into Perplexity now, and see if this is potentially a solution to our issue. Review what Google Gemini Pro did and do deep research. Will this work? And then provide with me all the links and the costs and recommendations on what website I should use for this. What AI tool is this? We're using Cursor as well as Claude Code. I think we are going to get a fixed cost, Esteban, but honestly, I'm not super familiar. This is the first time that I've worked with proxies like this, so I'm just trying to identify. I'm doing a little bit. You guys are kind of watching me learn a little bit. I actually know nothing about this, so I'm learning. You guys are watching me learn as well, so I've never worked with proxies before, or you know, I didn't even really understand that we were like actually that's what YTDLP is that we're scraping. I guess we are scraping the videos, right? So. Also, if you guys are watching and have not already joined the BridgeMind Discord, I'm going to drop another link to the Discord in the chat. We have a community of over 1,000 vibe coders. It's one of the fastest growing vibe coding communities on the internet right now. And I just want to give a quick shout out to some newly joined members. Shout out to Y King, shout out to Mahesh, shout out to Alufi, shout out to Rumi, shout out to GBB Gamer, shout out to Vanada, shout out to Tarek, Mexiverse, Swiss, Nitro Allen, Dusty, Gorkum. Appreciate you guys for joining the community. Welcome. And I'm happy that you guys are here. Proxies are cheap. Proxy is just a non-transparent next hop redirection of packets. CRM said, this is my first time watching the stream. What is the app idea and how far are you through it? Yeah, so we're very, very far along in the development cycle. So for those of you that actually watch the channel, you'll know that we haven't really been driving revenue or trying to drive revenue. This upcoming week is going to be a big one for us because we're moving out of open beta to soft launch. So starting on Monday, we are going to start marketing way more. So it's a soft launch. So ViewCreator is an all-in-one platform for content creators, brands, and social media marketing managers to be able to scale their content on social media. So it's an all-in-one platform. It's a command center where you have access to be able to connect and manage all of your social media accounts from one place. And it has a ton of AI tools that are built on top of the platform. So, you know, there's things like we're working on right now, the AI clipping agent. There's things like the AI content generation, things like, you know, YouTube title generators, things like YouTube description generators, transcription generators, all sorts of different tools that allow you to be able to scale and go viral on social media. And it's an all-in-one platform. So it basically is like taking Hootsuite, Opus Clip, Noda, all these different popular tools and combining them into one thing. And you know, we've done this over the past, we started on day 20, so we've been working on this for about 68 days now, and it has over 1,000 users in open beta. But like I said, you know, we haven't been really trying to drive revenue, but that's going to change. You know, we have a goal up on the board here for those that are new. Our goals for January 1st, 2026 are to, number one, launched ViewCreator 2.0, and ViewCreator 2.0 is this platform that is a unified platform that connects. Before, when we initially launched ViewCreator, it basically only had the AI tools, right? So you could go onto the platform and you could drop in, let's say, a request to the YouTube title generator or a request to the YouTube thumbnail generator, and it would generate your thumbnail, right? But then you would have to log into YouTube and actually do everything yourself to update your title or update your description or update your thumbnail. But what we ended up doing is we actually integrated with all the social media APIs, and we went through a very extensive verification process so that we could actually integrate with all the social media APIs. So the platform, ViewCreator 2.0, is this interconnected all-in-one platform. So going to be a lot going on over the upcoming weeks. And so if you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're about to hit 10,000 subscribers next week, so it's going to be pretty cool. So it said, quick verse, will it work? Yes, your proxy argument implementation is the right approach. So will it cost too much? Only if you choose wrong proxy type. So residential proxies per gigabyte. So $12 to $30 per video, so that's obviously unviable. But then it's also saying that the ISP static residential unlimited is 6 cents to 36 cents per video, so this is viable. Okay, so that's interesting, Sam. So the chart above shows exactly why ISP proxies with unlimited bandwidth are your only financially sustainable option. So it recommended IP Royal. Does anybody know about this? Are you guys seeing this as well? We don't want to mess this up, so I want you guys to, offer your recommendations in chat. That'd be helpful. It's cost me a decent amount. I've lost about $30,500 because I've made $1,600, but I've lost about $5,000. So right now I'm about $3,500 in the red, but I have invested $30,000 into the business. So, we have plenty of money left. So as long as you keep your cash burn and are smart about it and don't run up a bunch of expensive before you really start making money, So right now we've got, I think, do the math on that. I think we got $26,000 in the bank. So, we're good. But that's like for if we need to bring on additional developers, or, when we do paid sponsorships or paid posts. Yeah, I would say Perplexity Pro is worth it. Is reputated? What do you mean, Tech? What do you mean it's got a good reputation? Is that what you mean? IP Royal. Yeah, so it literally is saying... So it literally said buy 10 to 20 IPs. So it literally says YouTube success rate is going to be 99.5%. Response time, 1 second. So apparently web share is going to be the best value. What do you guys think? Thanks, CRM. Yeah, it's going to be big. Yeah, I think in 2026, once we actually start driving revenue, this is going to really, really take off. All right. What do you guys think? We should do web share? Okay, Tech with Tim said, yeah, it's good. Reputation, reasonable pricing. And I think IP, so let's just go to IP Royal. So proxy infrastructure built for scale and speed, pricing. So what they want ISP proxies? Is that what we're selecting, or? All right, let's just ask Perplexity. So for pricing here, which one am I choosing? DroidTech said web share is the best option, I think. Let's check out web share as well. And it's ISP. It wants me to do the ISPs. Web share is better. Remember, though, it's not just about money, but in this case, it does look like... So what does it say? ISP proxies, so middle option with the lightning bolt icon from $2 per proxy. They charge per gigabyte. Okay, so that's one caveat. So the difference between what even is, I'm totally new to proxies. What is the difference between ISP proxy and residential proxy? Sourcelet, I'm self-funding this. Yeah, this is self-funded. So I own 100% equity, and that's honestly how I'd like to keep it. You know, I've had companies before where I, did not have the equity, or did not have all the equity, and I think in this case, I think that, hey, until I get to about $1 million in revenue, I probably won't consider any VC or anything like that. So I want to self-fund it until I can get it up to the point where, for example, once I sell out of the equity or get outsider investment, that I wouldn't lose so much equity. Because right now, for example, if I went to a VC and I said, hey, I want to get $500,000, they would probably tax me on the equity. I mean, I'd probably lose like maybe 30% of my company, right? Because they would look at ViewCreator, they would look at BridgeMind, they would look at these other things that are in the pipeline, like Vibe Academy, and they would say, hey, this company's maybe worth $1 million, right? So we'll give you 500, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to take 50%, or we're gonna have to take 30%, and then you lose 30% of your company, and then you have this VC that's banging in around there, telling you what to do. They have a board seat, and you kind of lose that freedom, and you lose that control that you had to be able to do and take the company where you want. So I think that, with 100% equity, it's the same ideology of me not taking sponsors on the YouTube channel. So for those of you that, obviously a lot of you guys already know, but I get sponsorship offers, $5,000, $7,000, will you do this and sponsor this garbage product? And I turn all of them down. I'm not interested in taking sponsorships on this YouTube channel because, hey, the money means nothing, right? I'm not going to take $5,000 and then discredit. If I took sponsors, it would, in my opinion, discredit me. And you can see it with a lot of these other influencers, is they're just like walking advertisements. Okay, Tech with Him said, web share is good. It's newer though. iProil has longer run in its particular field. Don't go with VCS. They will ruin your business. And VCs, and make sure it's never profitable. Keep the equity and make the right friends in the right places. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so let's just understand this. I'm new to this, so this is like one thing with vibe coding is that, hey, I've never worked with proxies before, so I just want to really understand this. So residential proxy, a real user person's mailbox. So you're using a real homeowner's internet connection from their actual device. Looks 100% like a real human because it is real traffic from a real person's home network. Okay, that's interesting. Depends on that person's internet speed, but it could be slow if their internet connection is bad. The stability is unreliable. That person could disconnect their device at any moment. And then the pricing is per gigabyte of data. So we can't use that because, remember, we're downloading videos. So if we download a video, we're going to get charged a lot for downloading that video, right? We already have the manual upload working. Like literally, the manual upload already is working. Dog name. So dog name said just start with manual upload. Creators will have the original locally available anyway, or you can download it through YouTube. You can add some proxies later on it if manual process is too cumbersome. So I actually like that idea, but kind of where we're at is that we already have it working. Like it should be. I think I solved this error, so let's actually test that right now. This should work. Let's just test it real quick. Let's try uploading this. Upload failed. We'll fix that. I'm not too worried about that. That's just an easy one. So, but yeah, so that does, we'll get that working. I guess it doesn't work right now, but we'll get it working. Yeah, it's previous businesses and investments, Sourcelet. And it's 30, not 35. All right, so it's expensive because you're literally paying to use someone else's home internet. So ISP proxy is a business mailbox at an ISP office. So you're using a dentist center server, but the IP address is registered, assigned by an actual internet service provider like Comcast or AT&T. So it still looks like residential traffic because it's ISP assigned, but it's hosted on powerful servers. So will it still gets through? So apparently, so residential is almost impossible to block, and then ISP still gets through. So the MacBook Air M4, I think it's really nice. I wouldn't get it for programming myself just because I wouldn't be able to, the RAM on it would be too small. Not enough memory. Max, you haven't seen the clipping agent yet? We'll have to do a demo. Oh, also, the reason that hasn't downloaded is because this agent's been working. I just forgot that agent's been working. Also, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. This agent's working. Let's let it work, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm back. 24 gigs isn't enough for me just because I do the streaming. Yeah, I've got 96 gigs personally, but that's because I do the projects are really big, and then I also do the streaming. Yeah, Linux says that. Oh, also, what's up, Linux? Appreciate it, man. Linux said that with AI-heavy workflows, you need at least 32 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, we're doing, yeah, exactly. SLT jigs. All right. Static residential? Is that what static residential is? I think it's this, right? I mean, it's saying use IP Royale. ISP pricing. So 24 hours. What's the 90 days? What even 60 days? What even is that? $2.40 per. Let's just ask. Review this. Which one should I select for our use case on IP Royale? I'm not worried about the cost anymore. If we were paying for per gigabyte, it would be an issue, but all right, let's just test it out. I think we have to move forward. I think we have to test it. So we're gonna do buy now here. And then, all right, I'm just gonna create the account and everything. All right, so we are gonna test this IP Royale Was not expecting to run into this issue, but guys, back to the point of, hey, what's written up on the board today is work on Saturdays. Hey, if we weren't working right now, hey, this is how we're making so much progress, is because we just show up every single day, right? And whatever you guys are working on, I highly advise that you guys just continue working like through the weekends and everything. So here's what we're dealing with. So here's the price. So SourceLit just said like why we need a proxy. So the reason that we need the proxy is because YouTube, we use YTDLP to download a video from YouTube so that people, when they're doing the AI clipping agent, they can just upload a URL and it goes and downloads the video onto our server. So we're gonna choose the United States. So number of proxies, we're just gonna start out with 5, okay? So $40 a month. Is this okay? So we'll just test it, just $15 or $3 an IP. So we'll kind of just screenshot this and drop it in to our assistant that we're working with in Perplexity. Review this. How does this look? Am I good to click continue? Also, if you guys are watching, have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Get the 1-day free trial. One day is not a free trial. It actually costs $10. All right. Yes, this looks perfect. All right. So they are going to take my money real quick. Oh, yeah. They need my cash. They need my cash and they need it now. So let me go grab. I'm going to go grab my my credit card. Let me grab my credit card from downstairs. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. J35 wants to pay for it. That's all right. J35 does enough. All right. All right, I'm gonna try not to leak the credit card here. Try not to leak it on stream. What if I was just like, happy holidays, everybody? Throw out the credit card. Oh, you can use crypto? Dang. W Dan, what's up? Yeah, and this is why, like, one reason I like not monetizing the channel and stuff is because I think it makes it so that, you know, hey, what we're trying to do is I'm not trying to create an audience, I'm trying to create a community. And if I want to stay true to that, I think that, you know, as the leader, I don't want it so that it's like, oh, I'm the, you know, the leader of the community and I'm enriching myself based off of your guys', you know, support or like the community support, right? I don't really want it to be like that, right? And I think that you guys can tell, like, hey, after all this time, you know, and even the deeper that we get into it, I'm kind of making a statement with not monetizing and not taking on sponsorships because I could, right? I could, and I could make money, but that's not what this mission is about. And I think that that's what makes this community so much different than really any other community on the internet is because, hey, I'm not monetizing the YouTube channel or anything. I'm not monetizing. I'm just trying to build up ViewCreator and I'm sharing the mission. So I hope that you guys understand that that comes from a place of authenticity. Once you get the sponsors, they really do own you. You know, they'll send me the requirements of what I would have to do for, you know, a sponsorship. And I'm like, yeah, like these guys that are taking these sponsorships, they're owned by their sponsors. You know, they just are like, hey, you got 10K or you got 20K, like good job, you know. But I don't know, I think if we want to create an authentic and engaged community, then it's a requirement that I don't become a sellout. And I'm telling you guys right now, I won't become a sellout. I'm not interested in making money off of content creation. I'm interested in making money off of ViewCreator or any other application that I build, right? Okay. Okay, I now have done this and it says that the proxies are being activated and that they will be ready in a few minutes. Okay, so I have some IP addresses here, so I'm actually curious now. I literally have a username and a password, and I have a bunch of proxies. So there must be just like an environment variable, and I can connect with this. Yeah. Okay. So get your credentials. Okay, so here. So yeah, I can see that. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Create a handoff prompt back to the AI agent that's actually working in the database that tells it that we went with IP Royal and that I now have the IP addresses to share with it. Just have the AI agent create a README inside of the code base to document what we did. All right, so we're gonna do a handoff prompt. So, you know, that's for context management, context engineering. That's definitely something that you guys want to do. Yep, Anthony said it's probably going to be socks 5 URL with user and pass, and then you rotate them. Yeah. Thanks, Dan. All right, proxy handoff. All right, cool. All right, also, is this agent done? This agent is not done working. Oh yeah, we got 5. We got 5 of them. Yeah, we got 5. Okay, so they're activating. Should be ready in the next couple minutes, and then we'll be able to test this. All right. Use Perplexity Labs for deliverable creation. It'll actually make a downloadable MD. Can I do the MD file just like... I don't... Wait, labs? Oh, here? Turn your ideas into completed docs. Oh, that's cool. So WDan says... That's cool. So labs. Try again. Make it a downloadable doc. So with labs, you can basically make it downloadable. Is that the point? Rahul, I'm building ViewCreator. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, if you guys haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. Also, just as a reminder, this upcoming week is going to be a big week for us. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Dan, that's pretty cool. So this is lab, so it just basically makes a completed doc, and then I can export it. Oh, you can only export as a PDF, though. Maybe I should have set it to do Markdown. Huh. Interesting. But guys, I actually am debating whether or not I should go to Florida for about 2 weeks, and I'm kind of interested in the chat's take. I know that we did a poll, and I think the poll came back like 87% yes. But I was considering renting an Airbnb, just because the weather in the Midwest right now is like pretty bad, and hold on. I'm gonna explain this in a second. Okay, so guys, pretty much, I'm debating on whether or not I should go to Florida tomorrow. I have the option to. I would rent an Airbnb in Destin, if you guys Destin, because I can drive to Destin in about under 12 hours from where I'm at now. So I'd be able to get to Destin tomorrow. I could literally be there tomorrow night. And then for about 2 weeks, I could stay in Florida and stream from Florida. Just to be a nice getaway, change of scenery. I was interested in the streams perspective because we'd basically be in Florida for about 2 weeks. So let me know what you guys think about that. Why to Florida? It's really nice weather. So like right now, there's like a huge winter storm, and it's like super snowy in the Midwest and cold. I'm not a really big fan of the cold weather or snow, and I like traveling, so Jose said that Destin's like an hour and a half from you. Oh, nice. Aperium said, let's go. Sourcelet said, come to Sweden, meet me when we'll do a collab, 24-hour vibe coding live stream together. We eat pizza, watch Netflix, just chill, you know? Yeah, Sweden would be sick. All right. Okay, great. Now, based off of the implementation that you did for this proxy system, what env variables do I need to set? Yeah, I'll still be streaming. If anything, I'll be streaming more, because one thing that I'm very, very careful with is that, you know, some people, they approach it, and you guys can see my approach. I obviously talk about it all the time. I do believe in working every single day. But you guys also know that I like workout, I do cold plunges, I do things so that my mental stays in check, right? And I only work like 70 to 80 hours a week. So I'm not working that much in terms of like burning out, right? I don't think that 70 to 80 hours a week is enough working to burn you out. I think that it's more around like when you're doing 100 is when that is really introduced. So, you know, from some past startups, I've learned, hey, you know, don't work 100 hours a week. You should probably do about 70 to 80. Dan said that I think working remote can be a huge mindset shift in a good way. So Dan and Linux are saying go for it. That means a lot, guys. I appreciate you sharing. Because, you know, it's like, yeah, I mean, I could literally get down there tomorrow. I wouldn't be able to stream tomorrow. Or maybe I could do like a stream in my car. I don't know. But, I mean, we could get down there tomorrow, and then I could just I would literally bring my desk, my setup, everything. I'm a little bit worried that the Wi-Fi connection at the place wouldn't be that good, you know, but... Alright, so this is the EMV that we need to set. So let me pull up my EMV here on the other screen and set this. But yeah, I mean, I think that it would be cool to do that because in a lot of ways it's like, you know, when you do something like we're doing here, you know, you've kind of earned some of that freedom. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, you've earned the freedom to not have to, like, show up to work, you know? So I think that there is something to be said about that, to be able to take advantage of it and to realize, like, oh, I worked for this, to be able to do that, right? And I think it would just be cool to do that. I'm probably going to do a lot of traveling next year as well, to Austin, Boulder, Colorado, potentially. You guys will see it along the way, but I was considering maybe going out potentially tomorrow. All right, so now I need to go back to IP Royal, and I need to get the username and password. Actions, copy to clipboard. Okay. All right, so now back to cursor. Okay. Alright, I'm curious as to what I actually set this to. Okay, so I have the username and the password and the port, but what is the host for IP Royal? And is the, like, what would a completed IP Royal proxy URL look like? Alright. Oh, interesting. So the host is the actual IP? Interesting. Okay, so I have 5 IPs. Let's just try one. Let's just try one. All right. We'll just try one, and then we can figure out how to rotate them later. But probably just to get started, we don't need to necessarily worry about rotating them. YTDLP, Proxy, okay. Okay, I now have this set. Would you rebuild and restart the Docker container locally now that we have this set so that we can test this system locally? All right, so we're gonna test this locally now. This is set. Let me now pull up chat again. Yeah, Dan, that's a good point. The desk candle lamp. I don't think there is a candle. There's a candle. There's not a lamp though. SLT Jix said would do it 100% if you have a chance to do it. Change of scenery is inspirational and motivating. Yeah. I mean, I could literally get down there tomorrow. Yeah, Agenda, thank you. Because I would drive down there tomorrow, and then we'd be in Florida. Question is, could I even get through this winter storm? But I doubt the winter storm. I mean, it's probably just like... Okay. Alright, so we are rebuilding this. Alright, so I can show this to you guys again. Sorry, we're doing some sensitive stuff. Alright. Wafik, what's up? Sourcelet said, how long is it from where you live? It's about 12 hours, under 12. So, you know, if I wake up, leave tomorrow by 7 or 8 a.m., I can easily get to an Airbnb same day, you know? So I'll just pack up my stuff and go. But I definitely the stream has an influence on it because I'm like, hey, you know, I just am curious because we won't be in this room, right? I'll probably bring the whiteboard, I'll bring the desk, I'll bring the monitors, I'll bring everything. And the good part is, you know, I've done road trips and stuff where, let's say that, you know, it's a 17-hour road trip. The thing is, then as one person, you can't do 17 hours in a day, right? But Florida, specifically Destin, you can do that. You can get there in one day as one person. So that does, you know, change things a little bit. Man, I wonder, I kind of want to look up Airbnb and see. I mean, technically I still have one class at Purdue that the professor wants me to come to class to finish, but I think that I could probably just tell him what's up. Destin. All right, I'm on Airbnb right now. So I'd literally leave tomorrow. I would get there tomorrow, maybe stay 2 weeks. All right, let's see here. Oh wow, there are some really nice places. Oh my gosh. There is like some crazy places. What if I just got something like excessive? The proxy is working correctly. Oh, what the heck? It's saying that the IP address is already flagged by YouTube. Oh my gosh, it says that YouTube is still blocking it. It's saying that, oh wow. All right, you guys gotta see this. So, look at this. So we did just do that, right? We rotated it and we gave it the IP address, but look what it's saying. It's saying that, geez, I just gave it up. All right, we have 4 more tries. It is very common for 1 to 2 IPs in a fresh batch to be bad. We simply need to find the clean one in your pool of 5. Yeah, Rahul, we already have built the clipping agent. Yeah, Dan, that's a good point. Yeah. So apparently that proxy is also blocked. But is that true? I mean Docker logs. That's crazy. All right, that's ViewCreator. That's production. Oh jeez, hold on. So you're telling me that that is still blocked? So is this one gonna fail? Yeah, what? That's crazy. So, you know, we're now using this IP, and even that's blocked. Yeah, we got a blocked IP. I mean, we got 5 of them, so let's try another one. Maybe it's just a bad one in the batch. All right, let's try another one. Alright, I just dropped in a new IP. Okay, I just dropped in a new IP. I only want you to restart and rebuild and restart the Docker container. I don't want you to test it yourself. I will test it on my end. Just rebuild and restart the Docker container. Yeah, that's crazy. No, I don't use the $20 Cursor subscription. I have the Cursor Ultra plan. Yeah, Pixar said 4 more tries. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Aperium said, I think this is not good. Just remove. I mean, Aperium, we're using IP Royal. Burak said, I think you need to get residential proxies. But then the problem with residential proxies is we get it's per gigabyte. So what we could do is, let's say that we try all 5. If all 5 get blocked, then we'll need to take a look at this. Yeah, Anthony. All right, so we can test this again now with the new. So this is gonna be a new proxy here. So cross your fingers, guys. Wow. Got blocked again. Another one blocked. That's crazy. Yeah. It gives you clean new IPs if you ask them. Tech with HM said, I think IP Royal has a feature to rotate IPs, and it also gives you clean new IPs if you ask them. Noah said, I have heavy botting and scraping and proxy experience. So what's the best thing to do here? Oh, also let's try the video upload to see if that works. Because hey, this is MVP, right? I mean, what the heck? Hold on here. Yeah. All right, Noah said residential would be safer for Google. I believe another big thing is cookies. I don't know if you're using a browser or Fetch. I know even when using a browser, if I go incognito, it's flagged since no cookies. Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting issue. Noah said that, and then the even extreme one would work is having a Gmail account logged into browser with a dedicated proxy for that account, but it would need to be an account that has activity. I mean, maybe there's an API that does this for us. Yeah, I'm not going to use cookies. I'm just surprised. Let's try another IP address while this is fixing. That's been going good, OS. We're dealing with some IP issues right now, but I'm going to try this third IP. Alright, let's try this again. What caused the issue this time? We use uploads in other areas of this application, so I don't know why you're having so many issues with this. This should be simple. All right, let's try another IP. See if this one gets blocked. Okay, I just dropped in a new IP. I only want you to rebuild and restart the Docker container again. We're not analyzing the YouTube videos, we're downloading them. So YTDLP should be the best use case here. Interesting that we're not. All right, and then here is uploading. Is this finally gonna work? There we go. All right, so this is the local processing. So this will be really interesting, guys. This is important because even if this doesn't work, even if YTDLP technically doesn't work, you know, we don't necessarily need that feature for the MVP. We already have the clipping working, right? So this is just an additional thing that you have on top of the, YTDLP. Because YTDLP, it's nice because you can just drop in a video URL, and then you're able to get the video downloaded without actually having to have the video locally. So, for example, this would be nice if I didn't want to download a 3 gigabyte, 4-hour long stream from my YouTube channel, and I just want to drop in the URL for it to process server side, right? That's like nice. And the issue that we're having, and that we've been trying to solve, and it looks like we are getting a little bit stumped on it because even our proxies are getting blocked, it's this issue with YouTube blocking YTDLP. So let me... Let's check out the logs here. All right, cool. Yeah, this is working, and this will work in production because the only issue, the difference in production now at this point is the IP address issue is what we're dealing with. So I did, just so this one's running, we'll test that, but let's also launch another job, and let's see if we can get this one working, or if this is just going to get rejected immediately like the other ones. Okay. All right, so they're all going to fail. They're all going to fail. But this one is working. The local video is working, so we'll see the clips that get generated. Imperium said check the Discord. Okay. You didn't use proxies for this? Okay, so Imperium's saying that he was able to crack this without proxies. Imperium said, how many are available now to test the real one? I need your help too. Let me explain what it is once I get approval from you. What do you mean, Imperium? Also, if you guys have not already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. This is where the BridgeMind community hangs out. I'll drop another link in the chat. Okay, so here are the clips. So for those of you watching, here is the actual clipping agent. Here's how it works. For example, here's one of the videos. We're able to produce a more intelligent model for a third of the price. And that is very, very impressive. When I saw the pricing, I was like, oh, wow. You know, because the pricing on Opus was a great model, the Opus 4.1 and Opus 4, but the pricing almost made it unusable. So let's go over to what Anthropic actually released in terms of where this stacks up on the benchmarks. And what you can see here is in agentic coding and in... So you guys can see that, hey, our clipping agent works very well, and it works locally, and locally when you upload your own video. So, hey, we don't necessarily need to have it working. What I want to do now is I want to actually deploy that latest change. Yeah, I'm a little bit... Okay, Imperium said, so I created a method that can download YouTube videos without a proxy. I tried like 20 times and everything was successful without any errors, and this is deployed on DPS. Is it just because... Wait, Imperium, so I have a question for you. Is it because... I mean, the IP would be... What IP would it be using on a VPS? Would it be using a residential IP? Because I think that potentially the only way to get through would be a residential IP. Let me know. Just an interesting issue. What I want to do now, though, is I do want to deploy this. I want to deploy the API with this update for this working locally. So let's go to GitHub and just deploy the API so we can actually at least get it working. And even though we don't have YTDLP hooked up, doesn't necessarily mean that we... Like, that is MVP, is when it actually is able to clip from a video that's dropped in. But it's just unfortunate that we don't have YTDLP working, but it's not necessarily a requirement. It's just almost like a standard feature that we want to have, but isn't working out of the gate. So let's create a pull request, push this to production. All right, so that's pushed. It's AWS. Okay, so an interesting thing to note is that I did use these IPs and they were also blocked. All right, thank you, Imperium. All right, so Imperium said that he may have cracked this. Oh. Oh. Oh, guys, this actually might be the reason why that failed. So look, it says, if you selected SOC S5 in the IP Royal dashboard, as we discussed, you must use SOC S5. Wait, did I use that? Wait, I don't think I used that, guys. Does anybody know what this is, SOC S5? What is SOC S5? What is that? Kushal, what's up? Cold Wolf, what's up? We're building ViewCreator, has over 1,000 users on open beta. Doing our soft launch this upcoming week. From Florida, it sounds like. I think next time you see me, guys, I'll probably be in Florida in an Airbnb. Depending. I'm going to talk to my family about it, make sure that they're cool with me me doing some traveling. I just want to be courteous to them because they care about me. All right. All right. All right, look for type of protocol. All right, sockets. Okay, interesting. So let me go to my IP Royal dashboard. I don't remember clicking. Oh, protocol. Are these even active yet? Okay, protocol. Gotcha. Oh, shoot. Okay, guys. I think this may be a misconfiguration on my end. Okay, guys. I think this is a misconfiguration on my end. Oh yeah, I definitely misconfigured this, guys. Review this screenshot of what the IP addresses are set up as in IP Royal. What does the environment variable need to look like based off of this information? Because I believe that we set the environment variable incorrectly. All right, so I do think that we misconfigured this actually. So that's good. That means we could potentially solve this issue. And what the issue was is that, like, okay, I'll just show you guys the screenshot. So check this out. So in IP Royal, you kind of like set the protocol, and then you set how the how this works. And do you guys see how it says host port user pass? So I was not defining it like that in my environment variable. So it's possible that the issue is because of that. So we're gonna see. I just dropped it into Gemini to see, hey, how does the EMV need to look? And maybe that was the issue. We'll see. All right, I'll check the DMs. Thank you, Imperium. All right, I'm gonna pull up Imperium's DM. Jeez. Actually, all right, so Akshay said, hey, this works. And he gave me the GitHub repo. No, it's not dangerous to share the configs I'm sharing. All right, hold up here. So Aperium just gave me a repo that I'm going to take a look at. He said that this works. Fixed task pulling. Takes compatibility with URL. Aperium is insanely goated. All right. So let's see. Let's clone this, and what I want to do is I want to see. Hey, is he doing something? So let's get clone. And I want to see, maybe we're approaching this incorrectly. Passing user agent, that's the trick. I did see that. So let's see. Let's first, before I try that, I do want to test this. So it says that right now there is a port mismatch. Okay. So before we try that, I want to see. So what we'll do is I'm going to try this real quick. Changing. So user pass. And then the host. And is that how it's correctly configured, right? User passed host port. Let's see here. Sorry, you guys can't see a lot of this. It's just so sensitive. User port, user pass. All right, let's try this. Wait. All right, so what Aperium did is he's passing, the browser agent here. You can see. So we're going to try that here in a second. Yeah, user agent. All right, hold on here. This is a screenshot from IP Royal in my IP formatted proxy list. You can see the protocol port and then whatever that is below. I don't even know. Is that what the alignment or the look of the env variable is supposed to look like? Or what is that at the bottom that says host port user pass? What is that? The bottom dropdown is just a formatting selector for how IP will display or export your list of IPs. It is not the actual environment. Oh, okay, okay. This is useful for some older bots, but not for, okay. Yeah, okay. All right, yes. Okay, great. I now need you to rebuild and restart the Docker container. All right, so now let's have another conversation. And what we're going to do here is, now that Aperium has done the liberty of actually, and first of all, big shout out to Aperium. But let's drop in. So it's Akshay. What is it? It's called the YTDLP API. Is the YTDLP API doing anything differently from ViewCreator Genesis that may be making it so that YouTube does not block the traffic? Review the approach that this YTDLP API has, and then review the approach that the ViewCreator Genesis takes, and identify if there is something that the YTDLP API is doing that is making it so that YouTube does not block the traffic. All right, so this could be an option. That's just okay. Yep. Thank you. Alex said, what's the enterprise plan that you will have? Because if it has good rates, I will migrate with all the brands to ViewCreator. I think that for enterprise, it's going to be probably around $300 a month. That's what we have now. The business plan, technically, I don't even think it's set up correctly yet. You know, we are still waiting on the TikTok API. But yeah, guys, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I think the next like couple weeks are going to be pretty crazy around here. I believe I could be in Florida tomorrow, guys. We'll see. Okay, first of all, before we implement any changes, let's test. Let's test this. Alright, so this is using our proxy. Let's see if it gets blocked. It got blocked. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need you to thoroughly evaluate and update with the same approach that has, so that we do not get blocked. All right, we're gonna try it. Yeah, we're close to 9.1K. It's crazy how fast we're growing. What's in Florida? Warm weather. I live in the Midwest, so it's cold. I don't even see the sun anymore. Also, you know, yeah, I mean, I think it could be really refreshing. All right, so user agent list. This is actually a really smart approach by Aperium here. So he made a user agent list that you can cycle through. Patrick Bateman. I've not gotten that one before. Patrick Bateman. That's funny. Noah, are you in Florida? Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm probably going to go to Destin. We'll see, though. Claude Max plan, Sharvesh is really good. You pretty much get unlimited usage. You know, if I go to my usage, we can actually check out what I've been able to get out of it. Let's do usage here, and I'll show you guys. So this week for all the models, only 17%. I've been using it a lot. So, you know, 17% usage, that's pretty good. Thanks, Slim. Fooled by Prime said, tip, if in Florida, try to find or order some black persimmons sapote, nature's other chocolate. That's cool. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Aperium, I did not try it personally. Somebody else must have done it. Jose, that's funny. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I'm live every single day, except potentially tomorrow. I may be driving to Florida. I still haven't decided. I'm gonna look at some Airbnbs after I get off stream here, and make a decision. I'll let the Discord know, but we could be in Florida for a couple weeks. Thanks, Carter. Also, big shout out to Carter. He's one of our new mods. Carter, what's your username in Discord? This is a reminder. Great. Now rebuild and restart the Docker container so that we can test this. Also, guys, we have 96 likes and 97 people watching, so if you're the one person that has not liked the stream, make sure you do so. I'm using the 20x plan. Kushal said, at what progress are you with your project in percentage? In terms of like the actual coding, I would say that we're at 90%, 95%. Yeah. Yeah. We're pretty far along. I mean, we have 1,000 users, so. Yeah, Jesse, he is. Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to new members of the Discord. Shout out to Hatem, shout out to Barak, Dotto, shout out to CJ, shout out to Morel, shout out to Inside Dark World. Appreciate you guys for joining the Discord community. Welcome. Welcome to the community. My university situation is like interesting. I'm basically, you know, the best way to describe it is I did drop out of college to get into startups and entrepreneurship. I was a finance major, but I dropped out my junior year, and then I kind of like went back over like the summers and stuff just to finish the degree. I was, you know, close enough to be able to say, hey, let's not waste the money that I spent on it. But I still haven't finished my degree, and I went to Purdue, and I'm not like on campus, but technically like I'm trying to finish my degree just over a period of time. All right, so we are going to be able to test this. So this is Aperium's logic. Did he help us with a workaround? Let's see. It looks like it's going through. If this works, I think it's safe to say that Aperium, Aperium should be brought onto the super team, correct? I mean, that's the second, if this works, that's the second time that Aperium has done something where the guy was watching the stream and built his own repo to solve the issue in like a couple hours. And that's exactly what I look for in talent, is somebody that's able to take the liberty and get things working by themselves. And it looks like this is going through. So if this works, which we'll see, but if this works, then I think it's fair to say that Aperium should have an opportunity to be getting some tasks and to get paid and to come onto the team. And it does look like it's processing. Yeah, we can see the logs. Yeah, it worked. Okay, one thing though, do you guys see how the quality got all messed up? Wow. Okay, hold up. All right, wow. Wow, chat. W Aperium in the chat. What the heck? All right. What the heck? All right, so the quality isn't as good. We messed something up, but
so if we go over to, let's actually go back to cursor.
But this worked.
Real quick.
We got it.
And if I go to this here, 3000, look at this error that I'm getting.
Wait, but are we
Both
still
of these
using
agents
proxies? Are we still using the proxy? Are we still using the proxy? That's important. Hold on, it's not a W yet. Okay, it is using the proxy. So tell me, I just tested the feature. Was it using our proxy or not? Yeah, the quality isn't as good. Quality's down. Yeah, I just switched the screen. Sorry. Yeah, I changed the screen. Yeah, quality is down. Quality is down, but that is actually a big breakthrough for us. So W's in the chat. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And join the Discord. I'm going to drop the Discord in again. You know, what just happened was we've been working on getting our proxy system to work. Okay. Oh. It means the new approach. Okay. Okay, so there is an issue. There is an issue. I don't know if this is a W because look at this. So it says that it didn't use the proxy. So that means that it's not using the proxy, which means that it's just using my residential IP address. In what update did you stop using the proxy? I did add it to my environment. It is in my environment variables. Because if I want to make it so that it actually uses my IP, right? Okay, Hyperion. Sharvesh, I do have a LinkedIn, but I'm not really a LinkedIn person. I don't really use it. Yeah, well, let's figure out what it used. Yeah. Also, the quality got absolutely obliterated. Do you guys see this? It's one of our updates destroyed our. Okay, great. Rebuild and restart the Docker container. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be back. Yeah, the camera crop is incorrect. We messed that up. We had it working though, so we can migrate it back. But yes, that did break. I mean, it worked here just fine. So there's, you guys can see we tested it here and it worked. So a more intelligent model for a third of the price, and that is, so I'm confident that we can get back to that. It's just. Yeah, we may end up going through an API for this. No, I'm not looking for VC money. I'm self-funding. All right, so it's rebuilt. Let's test it. Looks like it is going through, so. But something happened with our quality, so we're gonna have to check out. I don't know when I screwed it up. Yeah, Offer John, it looks like we got the bug solved. I don't need the money, Noah, that's the thing. I've got plenty of money to invest myself, so. Not really looking for investors. Also, guys, we're about to hit 9,100 subs, so let's see here. If you guys are watching, have not already subscribed, we are currently at, let's check it out, 9,092 subscribers, so we are about to hit 9,100 subs. Let's get it, guys. The goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers this week. So if you guys have not already subscribed, we need you. We need you to join the Bridge Army. We're almost there. All right, so let's fix the quality here. It looks like we did, fix this problem. All right, so we're gonna go over to this here, just because review this in complete depth and tell me in exactly what files the cropping mechanism is implemented in. For example, the cropping mechanism that will crop the face cam in a certain position in the zoom orientation. What are the files that actually are the ones that implement the cropping service and the formatting service for the clips? Johnny actually just said a really important point. He said you need to have the confidence to tackle any problem that will occur and never stop. You'll learn as you go. I echo that. That is really well said. Sharvesh, we already have 1,000 users. But next week we're transitioning into a soft launch. I'm gonna be doing marketing every single day, and you guys are gonna start to see me doing a lot more marketing, but we're not yet doing paid marketing. Because basically what I want to do is I want to make it so that we do organic marketing for a certain period of time, let's say 30 days, right? Let's say 30 days, maybe we take all of December while we're waiting for TikTok to actually finish getting verified, because that could take, a couple more weeks. So we'll do like more marketing, but it'll be organic marketing, okay? So that we save that cash, because right now, we have $27,000 in the bank. I don't want to just go through it, right? I don't want to spend through all that money. So what we're going to do is we are going to do organic marketing, and you guys are going to see me do a lot more of the marketing ViewCreator using ViewCreator, because now that we have this clipping agent, what I can do is I can create a bunch of different social media accounts. And then what I can do is I can create, let's say, a demo video, and on stream, I'll be able to create a demo video, and then I'll be able to upload that demo video, clip it into like 30 different clips, and then be able to schedule and post on ViewCreator itself. So, you see the power of ViewCreator right there. It's like, yeah, we're gonna turn this into an insane marketing tool that we actually use. Okay, so it's the rendering service and the AI clipping pipeline. So I wanna see like what got updated. So none of those files got updated. Why did the quality get so impacted with the updates that we made. I'm unsure. If you look at the changes that we have not yet pushed the changes to the main branch, but the changes that we've done so far in the video downloader, I'm not sure why, but it changed the orientation and the quality of the clips generated. So identify what we changed that caused this. What did we do that made that happen? I'm not sure why. As you can see from the screenshots, the first screenshot is how it looked before, and then the second screenshot is how it looked after. Not sure why the quality and orientation changed so much. Can you review in depth and identify what happened? Yeah, because I mean, this was literally just working great a minute ago, so maybe we can solve it with a prompt. But sometimes, you know, when it messes up stuff like this, it's... So you guys see the problem here? So instead of like navigating to a specific highly developed file directory and then opening up anti-gravity in that specific directory, they've created the concept of workspaces. So you can easily switch between different workspaces. So you can say start a new conversation in, and then I've connected. Because that's what we're at right now. And then just literally 36 minutes ago, we had this, which looks great. Produce a more intelligent model for a third of the price. And that is very... I mean, there's some issues with it still, but as you guys know, I mean, we had it pretty good. Review in depth and identify exactly what caused the error and fix it accordingly. All right, guys, let's check the channel analytics. Where are we at? Hey, let's go! Let's go, chat. 9,100. Carter, we've got this. We've got this, man. I'm not even frustrated. This is just how it goes. We just hit 9,100. Let's go. So we are gonna, the goal is gonna be 10,000 this week. We're gonna hit 10,000 this week. Silent Spectre, it's going good. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Geez, I think Imperium is like insanely cracked. So he said that it's because the video quality downloaded for 1080p works, but 720p breaks. And that's exactly what it just found and updated, I think. Yeah, oh my gosh! Imperium. Imperium, I just sent you a DM. Yeah, I mean, he's in chat. He can't even see what I'm seeing, and he just hit it spot on. Imperium. That's literally what it just fixed. So let's see if this works now. W Imperium in the chat. Literally insane. I mean, all right, let's see if this works. Imperium, let's go. All right, so let's see. So it did change it to 1080p from 720. So we're gonna see now how this does that work with 1080. I use Postgres, and I use AWS, so I'm using RDS, and I actually use Aurora, which is a serverless Postgres database. All right, this one shouldn't take too long. Ah, no, it's still bad. 2 anti-gravity agents that we're evaluating and trying to fix. I mean, it's literally that right there, right? I mean, how good of an example is that? You know, these were both... Oh, we didn't rebuild. We didn't rebuild it. Okay, great. I now need you to rebuild and restart the Docker container. I don't think I rebuilt it, so those changes didn't take effect. It's all good. It's all good. The changes hadn't taken effect yet, so we'll test this again. But here's the thing. I do believe And let's actually go to, all right, let's test this. Actually, guys, you know what I just realized? We haven't yet tested. Let's see if this deployed. Okay, wow. Okay, I think that we can actually test this in production, not the YTDLP upload, but I think that we can actually test the clipping agent in production now with a YouTube video, like a local upload. If this uploads, we will be able to test it. So let's upload this. Is this going to be able to upload? Looks like it is uploading. Let's see, because I think that if we right now our issues are associated with YTDLP and getting blocked by YouTube. It's not associated with the actual clipping agent. So let's see if this works. And if this does work, this will be the first clips coming out of production from the ViewCreator AI clipping agent. Let's see if this works. And this is, guys, this is actually the first test of the AI clipping agent in production. And if this works, that means that this works full stack. And then we just need to figure out the issues that we're having locally with YTDLP, and I think we're gonna get it. All right, so this is processing. We'll let that process. Then the Docker build locally is running as well, so we'll see that as well. Thanks, Carter. Yeah. See ya, PNK. Yeah, add to back, that's not true. Yeah, vibe coding is definitely faster than programming. And I think that this series is a testament to it. You guys can go back and see what we've accomplished in 68 days as one person. And I think that's what we're doing. We're proving what's possible. And I think we're at the point now where I think we've already done a lot for that mission of proving what's possible. All right, let's check if that build. Okay, so we are good now to test. So let's see if that fixed it. So now back to local. So this is now localhost again. Let's see if this did change it. So we rebuilt the Docker container to do the 1080p. Let's see if this works. Yeah, add it back. This application is not a simple application. So again, it's like, I don't think that there's even an argument anymore. That's how far it's come. There's not even an argument. There used to be an argument for the other side, but now there's not even an argument. And if you really do believe that, then I'm genuinely worried for you. Okay, yeah, man. So it doesn't have the tool. All right. All right, so it's still weird quality issue. Well, let's check production. Is this working? Oh, wow, guys. All right, first clip's coming out of production. Here we are.
Produce a more intelligent model.
That's awesome.
For a third of the price.
Wow, guys.
And
we did it.
That is very, very impressive. When I saw the pricing, I was like, oh, wow.
Still need to fix a couple things there, but
the pricing on
look at this.
Opus was a great model, the Opus 4.1 and Opus 4, but the pricing almost made it unusable.
So that, guys, what you're seeing right here, if you guys look, we're in production right now. So we have this fully working in production. We did it, guys. We did it. Everybody, round of applause for the community. We did it. We did it. We did it. We still have a couple things to do, but I mean, you can now upload a local video, right? You can upload a local video, which is huge. We do need to get YTDLP working still, but that's pretty good. One thing, you know what I want to test? I want to test, does the local upload here, does it look like that? Is it, let's see, let's just do one clip and see if it has the quality issue as well. And it is something that we did, or if it is potentially something with the YTDLP upload. J35 said that he did Theo clips and they're really good. Let's go. I love the energy from Carter. Also, Carter, I did see you in the Discord. right, so let's see. All right, why is the music just hitting for me? Is it hitting for you guys too? Because this music is fire. Yeah, it works. Works in production. All right, this one's weird because the face orientation. All right, I don't like this clip. This is a bad clip because the face orientation, but it does look, so you know what's interesting is it does look like it is associated with the YTDLP. It's YTDLP that's doing that in the quality. The quality of YTDLP must just not be as good or something. Let's do, hold on, let's do 15 to 30 seconds just so it's faster to process. Let's do 3 clips. This is a weird bass clip, but let's see. So we're uploading a local video, and this will work. And what I want to see is, hey, is this cropping issue that we're getting, is it only for these YTDLP videos? You guys see the quality issue? Doesn't have the tooling that's putting this here. Has. So look at that. I mean, if we go to and that's not expanding it. Like this face cam should be that entire width. There's like quality issues with that, but we're gonna see. What we're gonna see is this only happening with YTDLP. Yeah, sure. Just a simple web app, guys. First day on stream. First day on stream, never been here before. Just a simple web app. Love to hear it. Love to hate. Keep it coming. All right. Check the Discord. All right. We're able to start using Opus, and this is where it gets interesting. Opus was able to solve a more... All right, now we really did have messed this up now. Check repo. Thank you, Unknown. Appreciate it. Florenzi, congratulations. That's awesome. That's amazing. I got you, man. Kellis, thank you, man. Yeah, if you guys are new around here and haven't already liked and subscribed, I'm pretty much live every single day. Guys, also one thing, we are only 7 members away from hitting 1,100 members on the Discord. So if you guys are new around here, you have not yet joined the Bridgemine community on Discord, make sure you do so. Oh, oops, I spelled Discord wrong. I just dropped another link in the chat. Make sure you guys join. All right, why did our quality just get absolutely ripped apart? I mean, I can try a new video, but I can try this one. What's up, everybody? I just want to give a big shout out to the Bridgemine community because they have been reporting bugs these past couple days with... Guys, this is where we've come from. Look at this. It's so sick. What's up, everybody? I just want to give a big shout out to the Bridgemine community. Cool. All right, let's try dropping this one in. I think this is a decent test, right? I'm on Claude Max. All right, let's do a quick sub check. Where are we at? Oh my gosh. Where do we even start today at? I don't even know where. I think we hit 9,000 this morning. I'm pretty sure we hit 9,000 this morning. I mean, we are growing at like an I mean, oh, you guys can only see my face. Hold on. Sorry. Look at this. This is insane. 9,118. Wow. Yeah, I read chat, Foam. You can pretty much get unlimited usage out of Max. Oh, did this fail? Why did this fail? Oh, shoot. I hit a rate limit on okay, I have to... that stinks. Okay, so I do need to, like, update Open Router now. Mexiverse, what's up? Yeah, I try to do my best to read chat, but obviously, you know, I actually, like, you guys are watching me authentically work, so I try and interact with you guys as much as I can, and I think I do a pretty decent job of that. Oh, okay, so it's on Grok is where that issue's coming from. Grok, not OpenRouter. Right? Is that Grok? Right? Yeah. Alright, so I have to go. They want my money, guys. They want my money. Alright, where does it tell me to go? Settings, billing. Alright, great. Alright, let's upgrade. Alright, well, I do need to put my credit card in, so. Alright guys, we're 5 members away from 1,100 on Discord. Alright, so I did just input my... Alright, we should be good now. We won't get that error again. I'm not using Grok 4.1. Max is like pretty close to unlimited. I mean, I use it a lot, and with the decrease in the price of Opus, you know, I think you'll get a lot of usage out of it. Okay, guys. All right, let's bring the desk down. I'm in sand for a while. I'm using it for like chat. Also, that's like my old PC. I used to be a big Windows person before I switched to Mac, so. Alright, so we're gonna try clipping this video here locally. And I just wanna see, hey, is this an issue? Alright. J35 said, I am in love with the clipping agent. It worked good in prod. I'm okay with uploading manually. Yeah, J35, you know, that's the interesting thing is it's like, hey, at the end of the day, that does work in production. So I think like what we've accomplished in a couple days is just absolutely incredible. Here are the clips that are being generated in production. Produce a more intelligent model. This is just the MVP. For a third of the price. And that is... Carter said that he has an idea. You should make a feature where you can start live streams in ViewCreator. Yeah, I mean, probably that would be like a little bit of feature creep, right? You know, because I like the idea. Pretty much all my days vibe coding, I think I can give a pretty accurate understanding of this model. You know, you look at the benchmarks, and I will say this is an incredibly intelligent model. And because of the cost reduction, this is now probably the #1 model. And I'm very, very happy that it's here. And one important thing that I also found impressive is the speed. So, you know, when you actually consider... Really good. J35 said they worked well with Theo's videos. Nice. Okay, gotcha, Imperium. I mean, $20 is gonna be cutting it, Ollie. You know, But all right, so let's go back locally. So this is still processing. Let's refresh. Is it done? Still processing. That was a longer video, so this is still processing. We'll see in a second. I have never run out of Claude Max. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, this is actually very, very telling, guys. This is very telling. So when we do locally, you know, you're dropping that raw video in, right? So yeah, you get this, which is great. So what I want to do now, is it falling back to 720 anywhere, or is it always 1080? Review in depth. I'm still having the quality issues that we were having before, even after we rebuilt and restarted the container. Review in complete depth and make sure that it properly is 1080. For the videos that are being updated and uploaded locally, so let's say I upload a local video, the quality is coming out exactly how I want. But when I upload or do a YTDLP request, the quality is completely different and the formatting is completely different. What is causing this? Pinpoint the exact cause and fix it. All right, I'll take a look at it after I try this, Imperium. Jacqueline, thank you. But guys, should I look at like Florida Airbnbs, or what's the deal? I mean, how are you guys feeling? Do you guys want, because obviously, I mean, you guys are part of the community, so what do you guys think? Do you guys want, I mean, you know what would be cool about going to Florida is the fact that I would be kind of, it's almost like I've worked so hard and I'm working for the freedom to be able to work from anywhere, right? Like when I was a finance bro, you know, I would have to go down to the office 9 to 5 downtown Indianapolis, sit through hours of traffic every day to go work a 9 to 5, right? And then I would just go home and you know, that was life, right? Now, I think with Florida, I just think it's cool because, hey, that is what I'm fighting for. You know, not that that's the sole thing that I'm fighting for, but that is part of what I'm fighting for, is the freedom to be able to say, yeah, I'm going to go down to Florida and I'm going to work maybe even harder than I work at home, in terms of just like being able to go out for a walk on the beach is pretty mentally refreshing, if you guys get what I'm saying, you know, and then to be able to go back and stream. I feel like I could potentially stream for longer just because you're mental, you know, I don't even see the sun anymore in the Midwest right now with winter. So it does, you know, if you think that that doesn't affect you, you know, it does. So. A beach house. I mean, I just rent an Airbnb. Yeah, Astral. rebuild and restart the Docker container. Esteban, we did fix it. We did fix it. Sharvash, good night. Yeah, I use cursor A2. All right, so right now, I'm sorry, you guys haven't even been seeing the agent that I've been working with, but I'm working with this agent, and the problem that we have right now is that, hey, the quality is great for these clips, but the quality coming through YTDLP is not up to par. So Imperium did send me some code that we're going to look at if this fails. But I think that this should work. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. The AI tools, I use Cursor, Claude Code. All right, we're gonna test. So let's take this here, this one. So you guys can see that the quality that's coming out of these YTDLP ones is off. So we're just gonna test this here, 3 clips, 30 to 60 seconds each. We're using proxies and Imperium solution. Imperium used user agents to assist. Alright, this failed. Oh, shoot. Now I am back to getting this error. What did you do that caused this? This was working before. Are there any APIs that I can integrate with where I wouldn't have to build my own YTDLP system locally, but would just be able to integrate with the API to download YouTube videos? Search the internet and identify what APIs there could potentially be for this so that we wouldn't have to set up YTDLP ourselves, but could only focus on the clipping logic for our agent. All right. Oh my gosh. That growth is absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much for the support. I mean, look at this. Last 7 days, 7 days ago, we were at 8,000. So that means that for sure, we're going to be at 10,000 next week, which is crazy. Wow. That's so cool. Not really what it's about, but the community is getting bigger. Jeez. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Just crazy. Thank you, Bladinator. Arpo, how did you do it and manage consistency? So you can set up something that's called a style guide. So this would be an MD file in your project that your agent's MD file or your cursor rules file is able to refer to so that it knows the styling, right? Rebuild and restart the Docker container. So for example, you know, you use this style guide to be able to maintain that consistency. Nova, I've got the playlist here. Here's the playlist. Fish 1000. The app is ViewCreator.ai. It's a web app. What have you used to implement captions in the videos? I used FFmpeg ASS for that. Guys, I have great news. We have just reached 1,100 members in the Discord. The Bridgemine community is growing. And remember, this is only the beginning. 2026 is going to be an incredible year for this mission and for this community. And everything that you've seen so far is just us getting started. This is only the beginning. Remember that. All right, so let's test this again. Now I'm getting this. All right, so let's take a look at Imperium's repo that he shared. All right. All right. All right, let's do a quick sub check. Where we at? Wow. 9,150. Maybe Imperium. That'd be crazy. We're just flying. Thank you guys for all the support. Cargo, it's ViewCreator.ai. All right, so I'm working with an agent here. Sorry, I've been like working with agents kind of like on my other browser, just because there's like some private stuff that I'm working on as well. So. Vibe coding is a next generation way of software development where you fully rely on AI to be able to speed up the development process, and you create like very complex artificial intelligence workflows to do all of your work for you. So instead of manually programming, you outsource all of the development to AI, and it ends up being an incredibly faster development cycle. Yeah, Maxologies, I really like Opus 4.5. Yeah, I mean, if you're a good coder, you can just take what you know about coding and be able to create those workflows based off of, what you know. You're able to, be able to pass off your knowledge. It's an amplifier, right? All right, we're rebuilding the Docker container, then we'll be able to test this. Yeah, Bruno. So that's why you have to be really smart about context management, and that's why you need to understand where everything is and how it works and what files to be able to drop in. It does get more complicated when your code base grows, but the ViewCreator code base is massive, and I have no problem being able to manage it. Big shout out to one of our new moderators, Carter Sora. He's been doing a great job. Also, just for Jesse, J35, Carter is doing a good job. So keep your eye on him because seems like he's going to be a great fit to the team. Thank you, Carter. Carter's new around here, so really appreciate it. All right, this is building, so we'll be able to retest this. It looks like it just finished, so yeah, we'll be able to test this again. All right, looks like this is processing, so. I'm self-taught, Mohammed. Let's do a quick sub check. Wow. Thank you so much for the support, guys. It's crazy. Crazy. Thanks, Carter. Yeah, I really like Carter's energy. Yeah. Problem is, the logs here are looking good, but we won't know the quality until it actually outputs, right? So, answer yes or no. Was the proxy used for this or not? Oh, wow, we did it. Wow, we did it, guys. So this is like a big thing. So they have the anti-gravity browser built in. Wow. All right, we did it. W's in the chat. All right, W's in the chat, guys. We just got it working. So the question is can we now actually, is this going to work in production, right? So we have our, proxies, and this is working. So now what we need to do is now we actually need to push this code, and we need to set our environment variable, and we'll now see if this is working in production, right? I mean, that's pretty important. So let's oh, great work. This is now working. I now need you to create a detailed and comprehensive README of what you've done and what is working. Good night, Speedy. Yeah. I got to it. Yeah, it's scalable. Dockerized, auto scaling. The music is not copyright free. As you guys know, I'm not even monetizing this channel. So I don't really, here is the music. It's not like music that'll get taken down, but it is, from another channel. So I think that I just dropped it in the chat if you want to, have the playlist that I'm listening to. But yeah, it is like technically copyrighted or something. I don't even know, but I'm not making money off of YouTube. So that's not what the mission's about, as you guys know. What's up, Edwin? Welcome. Are we gonna hit 9,000? We gonna hit 9,200 today. Crazy. Definitely 10,000 this week. Yeah, that growth is insane. Here's my setup. Kaizen. I think two monitors is pretty good. Let's go, Carter. All right, so I did create that README. So let's now deploy this. One thing that I do want to do though is I do want to set my env var. So let's go over to GitHub because this is going to run, but okay, so we're here. So we're gonna go to the Genesis project, and then all right, so I'm gonna go to ECS, and now I'm gonna set the that IP, right? All right, I'm gonna do a couple things on my end, environment variables, and then. All right, let's just test it one more time before we deploy. Rebuild and restart the Docker container so I can test one more time. Jesse, what's up? Yeah, so Jesse, just as a progress update, we do have everything working locally. So when we deploy this, it should work. You know, we've gotten a lot working today. We do have local uploads working in production, like from an MP4 file. But as you guys know, what we were kind of dealing with today is this bug where we weren't actually able to, you know, use YTDLP in production. So it looks like we are going to get that working in production now. We're going to push this up here in a second, and within about 15 minutes, we'll be able to test it in production. Brother Code said, is that a 49-inch ultra-wide monitor that you use? Yeah, it is. That used to be my main, and it was really nice because I, you know, have boom, 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 all on one screen. But, you know, I'm a big Apple guy, so I like the native Apple stuff now. All right, let's do a quick sub check. We're blowing up today, guys. Wow. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I think we're going to hit 10K this week, so it's crazy. Kaizen said, I keep hearing 3 to 4 and 2, but I feel like I'm missing out. Mind you, my bigger one is 27-inch and other is 24. Yeah, I mean, I think 2 is best because you can kind of have one thing focus on that one screen, then one on the other. So, for example, on this main monitor that you guys I share with you guys, that's where I'll have, you know, certain things that I'm sharing, like Chrome tabs or maybe my cursor or my Claude agents, you know, and then on the other monitor, I'll have other sensitive stuff. Edwin said, just subscribe. Thank you, Edwin. Welcome to the community, man. Yeah, we'll get 10K in no time, Jesse. We'll get it this week. The question is, are we going to get it on stream? We need to, like, time it so that we actually get it on stream, right? So I'll have to, like, ping everybody in the Discord. I'll be like, if we're getting too close and I'm not streaming, I'll have to be like, unsubscribe, guys. But I'll probably try and be live at a time when I know that we're going to hit 10K. For example, like, if we're, like, 80 subscribers away from 10K, you know, I'll probably just go live because I know that I'm going to hit 10K in that stream. You know what I mean? Just so that we can, you know, all be together when we hit that. Because this is a pretty big deal for our community, right? I mean, and that's really what it's all about, right? It's about the community. Like I said, I'll keep repeating it. I'm not taking on sponsors. I'm not monetizing the channel. And I think when you do that, it is a statement, right? Because, you know, it's the difference between creating an audience and creating a community. And I think that there's a big difference between creating an audience and then creating a community. And then I also think that if you can create a strong enough community, then you can transition it and you can become a movement, right? And maybe that's what BridgeMind ends up becoming. Maybe it ends up becoming a movement, right? And I think that end goal, that would be pretty cool for us to actually become a movement, right? Right now, it's a pretty strong community. But hey, if you can get a really strong and engaged and active community big enough, then you have, you know, the ability to become like a movement. And that would be pretty cool. That would be really freaking cool. So we'll see. Only time will tell. All right. Yeah, we'll do it, Piriam. Johnny said, so would you always recommend 2 Apple Studio displays over a curved 49? I mean, that just works for what works for me. You know, people have their different preferences. So I'm a huge Apple person, so I like the Apple Studio displays. I think that the ultra wide is actually cheap. The more that I've used it, it's like a Samsung product, and you can tell it's a Samsung product if you know what I mean. Whereas the Apple Studios are just like super reliable and high quality, and yeah, not the same experience with the ultra wide. All right, here are the clips. So this is like a big thing. So they have the anti-gravity browser. Those webhooks are so good. The webhooks feature that we built yesterday. Did you? I don't even know if you guys remember we did that, but we did it yesterday. Crazy. Anti-gravity. So anti-gravity browser control. The agent can click, scroll, type, and navigate web pages automatically. While working, it displays an overlay showing its progress and provides controls to stop execution if you need to intervene. So we're gonna test this out. So let's actually like kind of get into it. So I want to go over here, okay? And I have what a crazy feature that we built, guys. What a crazy thing that we did. All right, it's ready to go. Let's ship it. Let's ship it. All right, we're shipped. W's in the chat, guys. We'll be able to test this in production in about 5, maybe 6 minutes. It's gonna, last one took 7.5, so 7.5 minutes we'll be able to test this. This is huge, guys. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We are going to be, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We are blowing up. Man. I mean, when you work for 88 days straight, you might gain some momentum. You might gain momentum with what your goals are, guys. Just a side note. So, all right, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Still building here. We'll be building for a couple minutes, so we'll just kind of chill out and wait for this to finish building. Then we'll be able to test. GeoDev, keep it up, man. You'll get a breakthrough. Dog name said instead of downloading for clips, you got to do upload to YouTube, TikTok, X. That's actually already built. Yeah, so that's already there. We're waiting for verification on X, but for YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X, we already have that functionality. Sir Caffeine said, do you think Claude Code is better for complex tasks and gets better results than Cursor? Text scripts, we've made ViewCreator.ai. It has over 1,000 users in open beta, and we are about to do a soft launch next week, so. Brother Cook said, I just bought the 49 OLED ultra-wide monitor. Haven't set it up yet, but you don't think it's worth using? I mean, the question is, are you a Mac person or are you a Windows person? Schwarb, we're actually waiting for production to build. So we're actually about to test everything that we've done in production. I believe that it should work in production unless there's some misconfiguration that we have. Everything that we have should, I would say if I had to put how confident I am that's going to work in production, I would say that I'm like 90% confident that it's going to work in production. So we're going to test it here in a minute. It takes about 7 minutes to build, so we got 3 minutes left. Brother says Mac all day. Yeah, I mean, here's my perspective. Because I have the 2 Apple Studio displays, and then I have that hooked up to my M3 Ultra, I just like that, right? But I just like to use that better. So, for example, I mean, I could hook up my M3 Ultra to my ultra wide, but I'll tell you why I don't do that. Because I stream, it's very, very important for me to have 2 different monitors. So, for example, like, hey, you know, I need to have 2 different monitors because most of the time I'm doing like things that are pretty private. You know what I mean? Obviously, like with development, you know, some people, they ask me, how do you, do this without exposing a bunch of, environment variables, whatnot. And, the thing is that I have to have a second monitor. So I would not be able to use the ultra wide. Also, the ultra wide on screen sharing is not going to look the same, right? If you're using OBS. So there's like a bunch of things. Okay, it looks like it's done building 2 minutes early. We are going to have to wait now for the task definition to finish building before we can actually, because it just built and deployed, but it still needs to deploy the task. So we'll be able to test this we're about 3 minutes out, guys, from being able to test this in production. So let's go. But yeah, I don't think that it's a bad thing that you bought the ultra-wide monitor. I liked it, and I still do. Obviously, I still have it, and I use it with my Windows, so I like it. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is, PNK. So that second tower is an isolated environment for me. All right. Let me check AWS. Yeah, I use ECS. Yeah. I really, really like Docker and ECS. All right, let's see where we're at. We might hit... Oh my gosh. All right, guys, we are 11 subscribers away from 9,200 subscribers. If you guys have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We are blowing up. And, when you do something, when you don't give up, when you push through all the obstacles, when you just keep going pretty much no matter what, you are going to reach a point where you just have significant amounts of momentum. And this community has significant amounts of momentum. And it's because we've just been working so hard for an extensive period of time, and we've pushed through all these difficult things, and we haven't given up, and we've stayed authentic, and we've stayed true to who we are, and we haven't let ego get involved. And, I think that when that happens and, you have a community, that's what it's about. And it looks like we're about to hit 9,200, guys. So if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, we're only 3 away. I mean, this is insane. Look at this, guys. It's crazy. 2 away. 1 away. Look at that. 9,200. Thank you guys so much for the support. And if you're, a follower, if you're a subscriber, make sure you also join the Discord, because the Discord is also, where our community hangs out. So really appreciate all the support, guys. It's incredible. Thank you. All right, so let me check ECS now. It looks like this instance is running and healthy, so we can test now. I'm a little bit nervous just because, we've been working really hard on this, but it's time to test, guys. Let's do it. All right. Not that that's going to help anything, but just for good luck. All right, so let's take this. Failed. That's frustrating. So it says sign in to confirm you're not a bot, so we're still getting blocked. Alright, let's sign in incognito. I mean, not that that's going to change anything. Yeah. Ugh, man. Chat. So it's failing because it thinks that we're a bot. So, okay, so I just deployed this to AWS and it's running in ECS and I tested it and I got this error. Review this in depth and figure out, I thought we were using the proxy when we were testing locally, so I thought we would be using the proxy in production as well. Why did this think that I was a bot in production and not locally? Because I thought we were setting and using the proxy in production and local. So review the code and tell me why the behavior was different in production versus locally when I was testing, because I thought that we were setting the proxy correctly. I mean, am I going to get blocked when I test this locally as well? I mean, that's a good question, right? I mean, but I literally just tested this, so it wouldn't make any sense. But that's what I think is happening, is that it's probably using my residential still. Doesn't create a job? Yeah, so it's going to work locally. J35, you said you're going to have 400 error? Yeah, I'm using Whisperflow. Yeah, Max, so we are using user agents as well. I'm not getting that 400 error. Oh, J35, you may be limited, but entitlements aren't set up. So whatever, I don't know if you have a free account or what, but we may have not set up the 403 to send you entitlements yet. All right, so hold on. It literally thinks that it's not. It thinks that it's an environment variable misconfiguration. The stats in Whisperflow, I can show you. You guys want to see the Whisperflow stats? 151,000 words, 171 words per minute, 14 weeks. All right, so I mean, I did set the task definition, or I thought I did. So let me just see what's going on here. Oh, guys, good news. This is good. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, this is actually good. The task definition is not set. The environment variable is not set. So this is actually really, really good. Okay, so I did just figure out why it failed. So we're good. We are good. I figured out why it failed. So we're gonna, and we don't even have to push code again. It's an environment variable issue. So I did add it, but there must be something that's a little bit off just in the CI/CD pipeline that I have set up, where it is not correctly deploying in appending the... Oh, or you know what I did? I added it to an outdated task definition is what I did. Yeah. So once I add it, then it will carry over, but I need to add it first. Yeah, there it goes. All right. So I'm going to create this, and then now I'm going to update the service. Yeah, I just accessed ECS through my AWS console. All right, so we're gonna let this restart, and then we're gonna test again. But that was actually good. It was an environment variable issue, so it was missing. Is this working? Perfect. I mean, look how good these clips are. And remember, you know, as soon as we got the minimum viable product for the clips working with this layout, we immediately said, okay, AWS now. And the reason that we did that is because if you just keep building and building and building locally, your project's gonna get huge, and then you know, you're not even going to have everything you need to make that project a reality, right? Because, hey, deploying to AWS, getting these things configured correctly in your environment, like things like, you know, AWS Cloud Map, getting all these things configured, setting up the DNS values correctly, setting up the task definition, setting up ECR, setting up the CI/CD pipelines. These are all things that take time and take effort. So as soon as we got something that slightly worked, we immediately said, okay, let's deploy it now, right? That's what we did. So this is, we'll be able to make this so much better, but here's an example of like something that's coming out of this.
Me to this agent mode. That's very interesting. Did you guys
remember, this is just one small feature of ViewCreator. ViewCreator is an entire platform.
See that? So I put in localhost, right? And then it just redirected me to agent mode over on Google AI Studio. There we go. Okay, so here's ViewCreator. Here's just the home landing page of the website. Very simple, not complex logic, just very like UI based. And what I want to do is I want to try giving Gemini 3 the ability to update this little preview.
So good. W's in the chat. I mean, that really is good. We did create something with that. Yeah, the splitting is tough. Splitting is tough, and Imperium was actually the one that cracked that. And that's why, guys, you know, we're a community, and you know, we help each other. Right? That's what we need to do. And I don't monetize the YouTube, and I don't take sponsors. The only way that I ask you guys to give back, if you guys enjoy the streams and enjoy what we're doing here, is just like the stream, subscribe, and then join the Discord and be an active member of the Discord. Like, genuinely try to help other people, ask questions, and be an engaged member of the community. That's all I ask. And you know, I'm not trying to make money off you guys. I don't think that that would be the right thing to do, to say, oh, you know, monetize the YouTube, get sponsors. You know, that's not what the mission's about. So, and I share that often, but yeah, Carter. So we're, sorry, I haven't been checking chat, but Carter, yes, this should work. It looks like this is running. We're about to test it here in just a second. Let's see. So it's in progress. Just want to make sure the task is running. So yeah, so it looks like we're going to be able to test. So let's test now. Let's test it. Let's test it in production. So refresh here, and now we're gonna take this. So, all right, let's see. Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. It's gonna work, I think. It's gonna work, guys. All right, let's turn up the music, because I think it's gonna work. All right, guys, let's all vibe. W's in the chat. I think it's gonna work. W's in the chat. Let's go. I mean, it looks like it's working because it hasn't been blocked yet, you know? So we'll get it back, but I'm usually it gets blocked within like the first 3 seconds, so it doesn't look like it's been blocked. Johnny Shirt, let's go. Carter, let's go. J35, let's go. User, let's go. Grangu, let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go! Let's go! We did it, guys. Let's go. We did it.
And you know, it scrolled down a little bit, and now it's you're able to see the playback, which is very interesting. I will say, you know, with the Gemini models, something that is going to become more and more prevalent is the ability to actually record video and process video. So I like that they did do this. I like that, you know, you can now look at what it said. I realize a critical detail is missing the task instructions, specifically a screenshot. The browser sub agent ran, but without
this is crazy, guys.
Capture the visual state I needed. So now it's going to analyze that, take a screenshot of the visible area, then stop. So it's launching the browser again.
Find Destiny, this is the test.
And now it looks like it's launching it again. So, you know, there are some things, you know, when I'm comparing this to Cursor, right? There are things like you have to know that, hey, this just was released and it's not going to have a ton of functionality yet. So the thinking that I have on it is that, hey, this is a real...
Wow. We did it, guys. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to turn down the vibes a little bit. Wow. We did it. This is incredible. So, I mean, is there really anything else to say, guys? We did it. So let's, we can cross these goals off. We did it. And, you know, this is probably one of the most difficult, most demoable features that we have built so far. And there's plenty of more things that we're going to do with this feature. But what you guys have seen this week is we started on this on Monday, and we even had Thursday off because of Thanksgiving, and we were able to build an AI clipping agent in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and not only build it, but actually get it into production and working into production and get through all of the errors to get it into production. And you guys have seen the entire, I've literally showed you guys the entire, walkthrough process. And, without this community, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. And that's what the Bridgeline community is here for, is that we're actually an engaged community that's going to change the future and build the future. And we're going to show people what's possible with vibe coding, because guys, I don't think that anybody else is doing it like the Bridgeline community is doing it. So with that being said, join the Discord if you have not already. I'm going to drop another link to the Discord in the chat. But guys, I've been going hard for close to 4 hours now, and I think that this is a good stopping point now that this is working in production. And I'm gonna take some time now to figure out whether or not I'm gonna go to Florida. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. I'm gonna kind of do some thinking on whether or not I think that I should do that, but I am considering it. But with that being said, guys, make sure you like and subscribe and join the Discord. And with that being said, I will see you guys either later this evening if I do a vibe coding no talking stream, or I will see you tomorrow or Monday, just based on what I end up deciding to do. But that's why you join the Discord, so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. But with that being said, guys, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys